What's up, Young Bucks, old goats? I got Hialeah, the bomb and tank. What's up, fellas?
What's
What's
happening?
going on, man?
How you guys doing?
Good.
For you.
Cheers.
Guys, I got back from Disney this week, taking the kids because I got put on a government list already because I hadn't taken them, and one of them was 9 and the other one was 7.
Yeah,
So
I come looking for you after that. Yeah.
Yeah, they were already on my tail, so I had to do it. I went a couple weeks ago, and I had to start the process. So I started with Epcot, which is not the ideal place to start. And then I said, you know what, we got to go back and we got to just bang them all out. And we did Magic Kingdom, Hollywood Studios, and Animal Kingdom. While I was there, I was like, man, I wonder if everybody has the same experiences that I have. And before I tell you mine, any of you guys want to tell me like what your overall Disney World theme park experiences are like? Like if you look forward to going to them, how much fun you have, memories.
Can I ask a quick question? Okay, so you took your kids at 9 and what age?
Bruno 9, Nina 7.
At what age did you guys all go for the first time?
I went at 12 for the first time.
Okay. I went at I believe I was 7 or 8.
That's a good age.
I might have been like 10, I think, maybe.
I went when I was 4.
Oh my God.
Which means that it was the year the park opened.
Wow.
John was breaking ground on the park with a fucking shovel, dude.
Wow.
He was there with
Holy shit.
Walt Disney.
Yeah.
That was 1971, folks, by the way, I think, if anybody wants to know.
Oh, no. I went in 72 because I was 4.
Okay, I think 71 is when you went like in the first year, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, so who wants to go first? Who's going to tell us their Disney?
What story do you want to hear?
Do you like going to Disney? Do you look forward to going to Disney? Do you have good memories from when you were a kid going to Disney? Did you have good memories taking your kids to Disney? Shit like that.
Dude, it's a magical place. I've always enjoyed going to Disney. The older you get, the less you want to do the lines and all that stuff. But even still, I freaking love Disney, dude. First time on Space Mountain, amazing. First time on, I went the year Epcot opened. I went that. I think I was like 13, and going up in the thing with my parents, and they're them freaking out.
That's 1982, by the way, folks.
I was 13. Grad night was freaking a blast, like a rite of passage. Yeah, dude. First time I took my kids, it was probably the best, man. Honest.
I would have to say that the times that I went with my kids are the very best.
Yeah.
Of my memories there. And there was a big span between 1972 when I first went, and I don't remember a lot. I remember a few things. It was the only trip that I ever really did with my parents and my sister, because after that they were divorced. So it was really the only trip I ever remember taking. And then I didn't go again until I was like 18.
Oh, wow. Big span.
Yeah.
Wow. Is your sister older or younger?
7 years older.
Okay. So it must have been a lot more fun for her when you went with her, showing you around and,
Yeah.
You did a lot better.
But they're all different experiences. You mentioned grad night, times that I went just like with friends, older friends versus when I took my kids versus when I went with my parents. They're all very different experience. But I would say that when I went with my kids was the absolute best time.
I agree. That's probably my
And
best.
the only thing that I really hate about going to Disney is the lines, but it doesn't overshadow, or it hasn't overshadowed the experience. Maybe when I'm a grandfather and I go, I'll be more crankety and I'll hate it more in that respect. But not when I took my kids.
Yeah. I don't know if they were. I was probably more excited for them than they
Yes.
were. You know.
Yeah. I'd have to say that.
My number one experience is driving. You know, when you drive up and you could tell it's already Disney, and you start seeing that long drive and all that. The first time I took my kids were 4 and 2, and my son that he was 2, man, and we started getting down, and you started seeing the different things. Oh, Ryan, we're here. Bro. He went into convulsions.
Yeah.
It was like you could at 2. He was just so excited. He started like shaking, of excitement. It was. I'll never forget it. Man. He was just so excited. It was crazy.
That's cool.
How about you, Tank, with the chest hairs out there? What do you think?
Bro, I've been telling him that since he came on.
Dude, you look like we need a gold chain, and then you could be like a backup bodyguard in like a Miami Vice episode, like doing some
Or
sort of
I was thinking he could have his own Narcos, like series.
Yeah. Or he could be like a crocodile fighter or something, or like at a resort or something. I don't know.
Thanks, man. That's what I was telling that all I'm missing is the gold chain.
Yeah.
I like Disney, bro. I like going. I don't mind it. Yeah, I don't do the 2-hour waits. That I'm not gonna do.
Those are fucking brutal. But what if you have to, what if that's the ride, dude, that you want to like?
Yeah, I'll do it. But
if it's the signature ride, you got to do it, right?
I avoid it. Like I've never done Avatar and Epcot or Animal Kingdom. Sorry.
Oh, I'll tell you about that one. I was telling Raul earlier today about
how long has that ride been in?
5 years, maybe.
I think it's pre-pandemic.
Definitely, 100%.
Yeah. I was gonna ask the question now. What was the longest wait for a ride that you ever were in? Do you remember?
Maybe an hour and a half. I don't think I've ever done 2 hours.
Yeah, I did almost 3 hours in
2017.
In Avatar.
Well, I've never done.
And it was that year that we went, 2017.
Oh, brand new. Everybody wants to ride.
Yeah, it must have been way more than 2 hours.
It was like almost. It was like 3 hours,
bro.
I know the new Star Wars one, when that one came out, you had to spend the whole fucking day just to do that one.
The Rise of the Resistance.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did the Avatar one in Animal Kingdom, and I think we did an hour and a half. And at one point when we got up there, my daughter didn't want to ride it. Like, she got freaked out by the seat and shit and whatever. And they were like, it's only a 4.5 minute ride. And I'm like, oh my God, I just waited an hour and a half to do
That's the part that when you realize that, it's like,
yeah. And that's one of the long ones. That's actually one of the long rides. What did you think of that ride? What did you think of that ride, Goat?
Dude, that ride was sick. Dude, it might have been next to the Rise of the Resistance in Hollywood Studios. That was, and it maybe even be better, that ride. The technology that they used on that ride, and they literally make you feel like you're flying, bro, with the wind and when you're doing that wave, and it feels like you're surfing the wave, and they throw the little water on you, bro.
Yeah.
And like they push you forward and then down and up, and like, dude,
that's a badass ride.
They make you feel like you're in the fucking the fucking whatever the Banshee, dude.
Did they end it? They ended up all riding it.
Nina backed out at the last second, and she waited for us. She didn't want to do it. But you know what happened?
You three did it? Okay.
I fucked up. I took her on Space Mountain, dude. She probably was too little to go on Space Mountain.
Probably, bro.
Yeah, dude. Because when
she did ride it, though?
Yeah, because that one, once they buckle you in, you're fucking gone, dude. She didn't have a chance to back up.
You're going to the moon.
And the whole ride, I was like, damn, this is pretty rough for me. And I'm like, damn, I want it to end. I know she's fucking probably freaking out back there.
You did the little one, like the beginner one for her, or you went to the hardcore one?
There's only one Space Mountain though, right?
Yeah,
They give you. There's 2 options.
Oh, I didn't even know.
There's like a less intense side, and there's a more intense.
I know they had that for us. Mission to the Moon.
Oh, Mission Space. That's what.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That one she rode too, and she didn't like that one too much.
Did she ride by herself, or was she riding with one of you guys?
Well, Space Mountain is single file, so you can't.
Oh, you can't take the kid in front or anything.
Well, there's
in
people.
Front.
Yeah, but like you can't
It's
hold
single
their hand.
file.
Okay,
It's like one cart with 3 seats.
No, I remember that, but I thought maybe you had the option of like taking somebody in your lap or right in in between your
You
legs.
barely fit in that thing, bro.
Not in that one, no. Because you got that thing that goes over your. I believe it's the thing that goes over your thing. I don't remember, but
No,
yeah,
it's a little pool.
Oh, okay. There you go.
You mentioned Space Mountain. The first time my son went on that thing, I'm not a big roller coaster guy, but I didn't want him to be afraid of it, so I rode that shit, dude. And we started to move around, and I was freaking out to the point that I was convinced that he was gonna fly out of that car. and I rode the whole ride with my arm over, trying to hold him. I came out of there with like this big ass purple mark because, man, I don't remember that ride being so turbulent and rough. And I kept thinking that one of those hard bumps, because that's not like a seat belt. That's like that forward thing.
It's just like a little lap bar.
Yeah, and I'm thinking, wow, he's like really light, and this thing is moving me around, and I'm a fat bum. I gotta hold him in there extra, dude. I came out with the big old purple arm out of that deal.
I gotta tell you, I had similar like fears on that thing. I was like, oh my god, I want this shit to end, bro.
And
for
it's
her,
blacked out. You can't see anything.
She didn't like that part either.
What about Bruno?
That's the thing.
He was like, "Whoa, high five! Let's go again, bro."
That's the thing, because in the day in a roller coaster, you see the turns coming and you brace yourself or you turn your body. Here, you may be looking this way and it turns that way, and you're like,
all of a sudden, you're like Tua. You're
Yeah.
like Tua getting sacked, and you don't even know who threw you down.
Exactly. You're ragdoll.
Yeah, that ride does fucking like throw you all over because they're like quick turns, man. You don't even know when it's coming. That was not that long. You know what I waited in line for the most in all the parks, and the park that I found the least efficient to be able to do shit.
Magic Kingdom.
No, Magic Kingdom. That was the second one we did after we went the other weekend. Epcot was messed up because everything is so damn far away. And then if you go to eat lunch in the countries, then you got to walk back. There's not that many rides to do. No. I got stuck over 2 hours in the one with the cars. What's that thing called?
Test Track.
Because it was like the last important one, and Bruno wanted to go. We were there over 2 hours in that line.
Now you know why I was telling you that people normally don't start with Epcot.
Oh, it wasn't by choice.
But you know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
They usually do that they usually finish with that.
Which one is Test Track?
I like that park. And we wanted to take him to.
It's more for adults.
Yeah, but there's some science stuff that he likes. You know, there was some stuff that he liked. But the thing was, it was a busy day. You couldn't get into Magic Kingdom that day. And I was like, all right, we got to do something. Let's start with one. And we went and we did that one. They wanted to do something before the break. And then before the school started. And then I said, let's just go do the other one. For me, it was like a punishment. Let me go do these other 3 and get it out of the way. And the Disney one, we got to do a lot of rides there, man, because we got there early. We did the genie thing, and then it worked out well. I think we rode like 20 things in that park.
Yeah.
The only thing we didn't do, and then I heard it's closing, is the
Splash Mountain.
We had a ticket and they canceled it, and then I read later that they're
just
closing.
redoing it.
Yeah,
It's not
because
gonna
it's
be-
racist. It's racist now.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, like all their rides become racist eventually, right?
It's from
Yeah, that one.
I've
that
never
one
seen
was
that
based. That it was based on the Song of the South, which was like a Jim Crow type. You know, it had a lot of stereotypical African American stuff. So yeah,
Once the aliens come, Space Mountain's gonna be, phased out.
yeah,
Yeah.
probably.
That's still like their signature attraction, right?
Yeah, but they're gonna get offended. The aliens, when they come, they're gonna get offended.
Oh, dude, you know what I saw there, but it wasn't open and it looked massive. The Tron thing that they're making.
I hear that's going to be very good.
There was a giant warehouse, and I caught a glimpse of the roller coasters. I guess they were just testing them nonstop to see if somebody dies on them or something. I don't know what they do. That thing was nonstop, and I was like, "Oh my god, I want to go there!" But like, no, I think it opens in April.
Is
Or
Tron that big of a thing that they gotta do that?
Well,
No,
it's one of their things.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
the tech probably is probably looks super high tech and shit.
So go. What was their favorite park and what was your favorite park?
Well, I asked everybody that question on the way back, and they both said Magic Kingdom, but dude, when we went to Hollywood Studios and Bruno was in that Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, dude, that was the high point of his life, probably. You know, maybe the whole park wasn't like, but like, dude, he was like, oh my god, anything they said. There's the stormtroopers will walk up. We're looking for a spy. He's like, oh my god, we gotta find the spy. Blah blah blah. And like we walk into the rides. Anything they tell him, he was like super serious. Oh, you gotta press the buttons to shoot over there. I'm gonna land the ship. And like everything was like, I was like, at one point I had to tell him, this is fake, right? Some of this is not.
Dude, why would you do that?
And eventually, he even dressed up in his clone trooper outfit and he was walking around, and like Kylo Ren walked up to him and said, "Hey, you're off to a good start," and he would have like. They don't stop for pictures and stuff, but they have like little interactions with people. I loved that part of the park, dude. Like just being there, was cool. And the cantina was super cool. And the rides were fucking dope, dude. Both of them. I wish they had more rides. That's the only thing I can say.
Mm-hmm.
Which I assume with time they will, but they
I haven't done the Star Wars thing. Yeah.
See if you can pull up some pictures, Tank, so we can show like Galaxy's Edge what it looks like. Dude, you're literally in the Star Wars universe in there.
It's pretty impressive, dude.
Yeah, everything is like even the garbage cans, even like the shops, the uniforms that the employees wear. It's like a completely immersive experience. And then that hotel that they have is pretty fucking badass, but it's fucking expensive. It's called Star Cruiser, I think it's called.
How expensive is it?
I believe it for a 2-day. It's for a family of 4 for 2 days. It's between $5,500 and $6,000. It includes your entrance to Hollywood Studios. And they do like a separate little they do like a separate little treasure hunt there while you're at the thing. And then there's the hotel is completely immersive too. You're like in a starship. But yeah, I know. It's crazy. I heard they're having problems with it. Like financially.
I read that.
Wow.
And they oil your ass for free.
Wow. That's crazy, dude.
Yeah, dude, that Millennium Falcon's badass.
Mm-hmm.
That's like the centerpiece. That looks like the shops right there.
It's freaking crazy, dude.
And they have it done in a way when you look around, like you don't see anything of like it's all set up so you don't see anything of the outside world in it, basically, So like you look behind the buildings and there's like fake mountains back there and like other stuff, I think even if you don't like Star Wars, it's like really impressive the way that they did this. Like nothing felt that authentic.
Detailed.
Yeah, or that authentic, you know, like you walk around in, you know, Magic Kingdom, there's a castle on a moat, but, you know, then there's like a regular street, you know, and then there's like a regular garbage can. And like this thing was like everything about it was like, this is a movie set, basically. And the two rides are awesome that they have there. You guys use the
What-
apps?
Yes.
I
Yeah,
have
What apps are you talk? Are these?
Like the one,
park apps.
yeah, the park
The
apps that
Pizza
tells
Hut
you.
app.
So there's park apps now that you use as well. Of course there is.
Yeah, they
Of
tell you
course
how
they
long
are.
the wait is on
Yeah.
other rides, you
You
know.
can
And
get your fast pass through it.
That's crazy, dude.
yeah, well, like I did not have a good time at Epcot. It was too many lines, too much walking.
Yeah, but you got to drink some nice drinks, bro.
Oh yeah, I had like a $30 margarita and a $20 beer. That's the only thing that kept me from being kicked out of the park. You know, getting a little liquor inside.
Which one was the most packed?
Dude, I that Epcot day was pretty busy, probably because you know everybody was out of school, so that one was busy. Then this weekend that we just went, the Disney one was pretty packed. That was on Saturday, but not like I said, we wrote 20 things, so we figured out a way. You know, it wasn't terrible. Then the Disney Hollywood Studios was even less. By the end of the night, we stayed almost until closing time. We could have done whatever we wanted at that time. Like we sat down and we ate in one of those Star Wars themed restaurants, and
Mhm.
like there was nobody there. It was just us.
Wow.
Yeah, I
Nice.
guess people go back home Sunday night, and then Monday I go, oh man, we're going to Animal Kingdom Monday. We're gonna do whatever we want here. We're gonna go right. Bullshit, dude. That thing was fucking packed, bro. Everything was like an hour wait, 45-minute wait. It was. I had never been to that park.
Did you do Everest?
Yes, Bruno banged his head against the side of that roller coaster somehow. I don't know how, but that was
What did
a
you
pretty
think
good.
about that thing?
I liked it. It was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he okay?
He got like his ear banged and it got red. You know,
Wow.
it was all right. He toughed it out. Could have been a lawsuit maybe if I would have played my cards right, but it
Do
was
they
all
still
right.
have the Pirates of the Caribbean?
Yeah, we did that too in Disney. Yeah.
That's very nostalgic for me.
Yeah, we did that
Which one?
one. Peter Pan, Small World, even though lame, you got to take the kids on that. The Carousel of Progress.
Of Progress.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I did that for the first time the last time that I went. I had never done it.
That's supposedly one of Disney's originals.
Yeah, that the Small World was a bit. The Small World, I think, used to be Eastern, right? Or it was one of the airlines was like the big sponsors to it. That was state of the art when that shit. When I went when I was 7, that was like
Yeah.
a big deal, dude. The Carousel of Progress, the same thing. That was like a big deal. bro.
Yeah, I was telling my wife that must have been cool to see back in the 50s when you guys were there.
that
Thanks,
was
buddy.
big.
Yeah, because apparently he debuted that at a World's Fair
Mhm.
or something
Yeah.
like that, and then they brought it here. And I must obviously the last stage of that maybe the last 2 stages they did after he died.
The first couple times I went, they still had the submarine.
I
did
saw
the-
that, but not in action. It was like shut down when I went.
I did
for
the
first time.
submarine the first time I went.
What was that? 10,000 Leagues Under the Sea or some shit?
20,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
Yeah.
All
And
right.
they used to have tickets. You used to have to get tickets for the rides.
And what would you see down there? Fish and shit?
No, it was all fake. It was all
Yeah, it
fake.
was fake. It was a huge fake octopus.
A
And,
scuba diver with a big,
yeah.
We did
But
the
it
other
was
one
fun.
next to Splash Mountain. I don't remember what that one's called. It's some other mountain.
Oh, Thunder Mountain Railroad.
That one.
I like that
That's
one.
pretty cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
But the Hollywood Studios, if they didn't have that Star Wars thing, I would be like, man, this is not.
Dude, you know
worth
what ride I hate? the racetrack in Disney where you gotta.
They still have that?
Do they still have that?
Yeah, bro. We rode it just because like nobody was in line, and for the kids, it is so lame.
Yeah.
That was lame when I was 7. It was lame, bro.
Yes. Yeah.
It's gotta be cool for a little kid, I guess. You're driving, but like it's lame. It is.
Bro, that's the biggest buzzkill, I guess. When you get on, you think you're gonna, and it's like, are you serious?
You can't pass anybody. It's so
Yeah,
hard.
It's so bad, bro.
It's so hard to step on the gas.
You're on a track
Terrible.
with a governor on the gas. I mean,
Yeah, dude,
it's,
you're so happy when you get there, and then when you see what it is, it's like, oh my god.
What
Yeah.
technology do they use to keep you inside that track?
It has the rail in the middle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's on the car's on a rail,
Yeah.
so it just goes.
you're on a track.
So there's
Yeah.
something holding the car to the rail.
Yeah, so you
sort of-
can't go too far right, you can't go too far left.
Yeah, you're in
Yeah.
the
'cause
rail.
there's some attachment that holds it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
on there.
Like
And,
a
and then
rail.
when I looked at it, I'm like, man, this is prime real estate here in the middle of Disney. They could have something. That ride's not gonna last. They'll
They
come up.
dude, it's a miracle.
Dude, it's
it's still
original.
there.
But I
It's-
think that's an original.
It's got to
I
be on
think
its way
it
out.
is.
The cars are old.
Dude,
You can't even
that
bump
ride's-
into. They don't let you bump it into people.
No.
That ride's horrible, dude.
Yeah,
Fuck.
it might be the worst ride on there.
It is the worst. It's horrible, dude. Because the anticipation, the first time you ride it, it's like you thinking it's go-karts or some shit, and then it's what the fuck is this?
It's a letdown. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
How
really
about-
bad.
How about the Haunted Mansion?
That was all right.
That's okay, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
It's
gotten
cool.
better.
It has nice AC.
Yes, it's great to cool off in there.
And it's probably good for the younger kids, 10 and under, 12.
My daughter didn't like it.
She got scared.
Yeah.
I mean, the
it's scary.
darkness and shit.
I remember the
no,
first
the
time I went,
voice,
I
the
was
voice.
scared.
The
Oh,
welcome to the haunt, that shit. The loudspeakers. She didn't like that.
And when the walls start stretching,
Yeah.
Yes.
I think you gotta mix in a carousel of progress when you're like fucking beaten down and tired. All right,
Yes.
let's go sit in this fucking thing for 15 minutes, catch your
Yeah.
fucking breath. You
yeah.
don't have to wait long on that ride. It's usually like they have trouble filling it. Usually, probably. You gotta really like plan and fucking strategize and like
Yes.
and then I was telling the bum, you have to have a dictator. Okay, we're going here right now. Let's go. Don't fucking
Yes.
question me. Right now,
Yes.
we're all going. Okay, next we're going here.
Yeah.
No, but I want to go on the Pirates. Shut up. We'll go on the Pirates when I tell you we'll go on the Pirates. You just shut up. We're not going right now. Cause
The Hall of Presidents. Is
I was about to say the
rest.
president. It's a
The
great
rest.
break.
Yeah, it's a great break, and
I walked in, but I didn't see it.
They have the Disney Philharmonica or some. What is that called?
We did that one. I thought it was the phallic something, but it was the philic, whatever.
Yes.
Mickey's some shit. It's the show with Donald Duck and the sorcerer's hat and all that.
Right.
Yeah, that's a good one. To
Those
sit
are
down.
all great resting in between 2 or 3 hour lines. That's a great one. Did they still have the Jungle Cruise? I think that's another original.
Dude, we did the Jungle Cruise, and I gotta tell you, besides the Star Wars Imperial officers that were very into it when I rode that ride, that they were in character and like really part of the movie, the chick who was the
The
narrator,
boat captain.
she was fucking hilarious, bro. She was so like non-Disney, and I guess I don't know if they write up their own speech or what, but like she
You know
was,
those jokes are like 50 years old.
no,
Did
her jokes.
Did they say, oh, we're gonna show you something amazing, the backside of water?
No, dude, she had her own original. It was almost like a stand-up comedy routine that she had.
Every time I ride that ride, they make that joke.
Every time, dude. And watch out for the elephants. Watch out for the elephants.
Yes.
She made some jokes like, oh, the last time kids were here, but I remember I can't talk about that. I had to sign the agreement. And it's just like weird things like that. She used a lot of dark humor. I felt like telling her when I got off because nobody was laughing, but I was laughing inside. I wasn't like laughing out loud, but she was fucking funny, dude. I can't remember what else.
Which ride are you guys talking about?
Jungle Cruise.
Jungle Cruise.
The one that is like with the fake animals and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, come on. Those jokes are whack.
She wasn't saying jokes. It was more like
The backside of water is when it goes behind the waterfall, right?
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah.
Yeah.
She didn't say that.
They say that, bro.
Dude, I've heard that on every cruise that I've taken.
I think we did it twice when we went this time because my daughter really liked that one. She really liked the jokes.
And when they show like the two guys climbing the totem pole, and there's a rhino.
Yeah,
and she says
that's Explorer or something.
Well, I remember something like, "You think they're getting the point?" Yeah.
I don't know if she said that one. Dude, this chick was funny, bro. Her shit was like, they were like non-Disney jokes. They were almost dark humor, some of them that she was saying.
Maybe she went off script and she doesn't work there anymore.
Maybe that was her last day.
Yeah.
She was saying things about like how her parents abandoned her when she was young and stuff like that.
Okay, I think you may have had an incident.
Dude, she may have gone rogue. I was like, oh my God, I love this fucking lady, dude. She's hilarious. I was like, this is so non-Disney, everything she's saying. But then again, maybe she was pissed, dude. She was like, fuck these guys. Watch what I say.
Yeah, because everything's scripted there, dude.
I think I remember the kid one, though, that she had to sign something. I feel like I remember hearing that one.
All right. I don't know. She was funny. Everybody else is usually pretty, hi, how you doing? Welcome to Disney World. Like, shut the fuck. There was so many of those people. Many.
Did you climb?
Happy-go-lucky. They can't be that happy, dude.
Did you climb the Swiss Family Robinson tree?
Yes. And I regretted it. And even Bruno was like, what the fuck did we just do this? You just walk up a tree and back down a fake tree.
Pretty much.
And what's the point of the little rooms in there?
To show you how they lived.
Yeah.
And who was this family?
It's
the
a Disney
Family
movie.
Robinson.
It's a movie?
They got stranded on an island. They built this, You never saw that?
That might be an original too. I think that's an original one too.
Yeah, I think so too.
There were Ewoks?
What's another original?
I am
Tom
not
Sawyer's Raft. You ever did that? Tom Sawyer's Raft?
The Seven Dwarfs, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, maybe.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that
one scared the shit out of me when I was a kid, bro. I was terrified.
The movie or the ride?
The ride, bro. I was scared shitless the first time I went.
It's like a roller coaster, right?
No, that's the new one.
Car. You go in a car with one other person.
He's talking about Snow White, and you're talking about the Seven Dwarfs Mine, which I think is a new ride.
That's a new ride, yes.
That's a new one. Yeah, I'm talking about Snow White with the witch. That the witches and like.
Yes.
That ride doesn't exist anymore.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think that's
they took it out? Okay.
Yeah,
I don't remember
20 years ago, I think.
Dude, that ride scared the shit out of me when I was 7.
Yeah, it did for me too.
So, Epcot, when I remember going as a kid, so I went like when that was like maybe 7 years old or whatever. It was relatively new. And I liked it because it was like they were talking about stuff in the future and they were like doing a lot of like sort of science stuff and
hydroponic plants, I think, and all that shit.
Yeah, they still have that, which is cool. But then I realized now, after also having gone a couple times in between, like they can't keep up with that futuristic stuff. Like it'd be like shit gets outdated, you know, like, or their idea of the future is wrong, you know, all of a sudden. And they've sort of started Disneyfying that part way more. So like now the characters are like Winnie the Pooh's running around. You have the Nemo ride is there. What else? Like I think the Little Mermaid is in there. So like way more Disney movie shit, which I guess by necessity they had to do it because it would be too hard to keep up with the futuristic theme. Do you guys know what where they got the idea from Epcot from?
Can't say that I do.
It was a movie.
Total Recall.
No, it was older than that. It was was it Logan's Run or 2001 Space Odyssey?
Oh, I didn't even know any of that shit. I knew that he had like an idea to build a futuristic city when they bought all that land there. And he wanted to make like a self-sustained futuristic city.
Yeah.
And I think it was mostly for the employees that will be working there and stuff. And then he died, and they were like, we don't want to be in the city making business, and they incorporated like some of his ideas into the park.
So I've always heard, and I
I
don't
got
know
a
if
comment
it's true.
in the chat, Randy.
What?
It was Walt Disney.
What up, Nighty?
What's going on?
Or he's coming through with the real questions.
I
don't
heard
know,
that
brother.
I heard that Disney, I always heard this, I don't know if it's true, that Disney had created plans well into, I think, 2035 of things that even when he when he thought about them, they didn't even have the technology to build it. And some of those things that he thought about, have gotten built since because we got the technology. But there's other stuff that hasn't even been built that were just ideas. I don't know if there's any truth to that, though.
They did end up making a city later called Celebration. You guys ever drove through there?
No. You've driven through it? You drove through it?
I made a point of doing it this last time.
I think we did.
It's like all these little. See if we could pull up a picture, Tank. It's like this old style houses with white picket fences. It really looks like a fake town, dude. And then like everybody's got like Disney ears on their front lawn and like
It was like the Truman Show.
yeah, bro, it looked like that, dude. And I imagine like Disney freaks probably love to live there.
I've seen it on TV. I've never actually gone through it.
Where are you going, Nighty? Magic Kingdom? What else? Where else you going?
I'm sharing, Randy.
Okay. Sharing is caring.
Wow, I've never heard of this.
Yeah, dude, it's their own little town. I think they got out of this. They sold it finally. They don't really run it. Now it's just like a regular.
What was the purpose of this?
I think a lot of employees lived here.
It's got its own little town hall. It's got its own little,
Yeah, its own little post office. Yeah. Its own little shops.
How far is it from Disney?
Like literally 5-10 minutes.
Wow.
You can't miss it.
They've had a couple failures, right? Like that Discovery Zone.
What was
Discovery Island?
Yeah. Discovery Island was an island. Well, it still is in the middle there. And you would go and see like certain animals and stuff like that.
Now it's abandoned.
It's abandoned because they opened
like a disco area, right? For adults once, didn't they? What was that called?
No, that's Pleasure Island.
Pleasure Island, right?
But I think is that now part of Disney Springs?
I don't know.
I didn't see that. I remember going and there was like discotheques and one of the things. But the Discovery Island, which I think had a couple names. One time it was like a pirate name or something, when they opened Animal Kingdom in '98, it almost became like, why we don't need to have two places with animals. They moved like all the animals over to Animal Kingdom, and then they didn't really have any use for that. Somebody like snuck into that island recently. I saw on YouTube.
Yeah. Didn't they have one of those brain eating amoeba incidents at Discovery, and that was another issue that they had?
I think
Because
that
it was
is.
like a water park
I
part.
I think that's another one of your conspiracy theories, and it's completely unfounded. I think.
Well, they had a water park that they closed. I think it was it Blizzard Beach. They closed that one.
They
I
closed
went
it.
to that once.
They
That
closed
was
it.
fun, but they closed it. Now they got another one, right? Another water park.
Yeah, Typhoon something.
Typhoon Lagoon?
Yeah.
Nah, that's old though.
Is Blizzard Beach closed for real?
It's
I don't
just
think so.
I'm seeing
Yeah, a few years
temporary
back.
closed. That might be just because of weather, dude.
It's been closed for a few years, bro.
I don't think so.
Yeah. Blizzard Beach, yeah. It's gone.
Yeah, Disney Springs is just like it's basically a mall with all their stores. Dude, the line to get into Lego, that one I was like, I gotta wait in a line to go in and buy your freaking Legos, dude. But they did have like some cool Legos that Bruno couldn't find here, so at least he
From the
got.
Disney website, it says Disney's Blizzard Beach water park is open.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I could have sworn they got
The
rid
Typhoon
of it.
Lagoon is closed. Yeah, the Typhoon Lagoon is closed. The
It's
Blizzard
gone?
Beach is open. It's closed, it says.
I think Blizzard Beach closed, dude.
I'm looking at it in the Disney website, dude.
Go
Really?
buy tickets right now. What
Wow.
Hey, what Lego store was it? It's just a Lego store that they had there in Disney? Is that what that is?
Yeah. And then, like, you'd see people buying like big ass those ultimate
We
collector
can go
sets.
tomorrow, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., bro.
That's
Not
nuts.
hey, dude, it's closed. Okay, bro.
Typhoon Lagoon is closed.
No, bro. Blizzard Beach is closed. It's
Sorry.
gone. It's not there. You could go if you want.
Sorry, Mickey.
But what I also found is like they really don't want you drunk in any of those parks. So like one drink can cost you more than a meal.
Quite the
Like-
tactic.
Like legit, dude. Like I had some pretty decent meals for like $15, you know, and then like I had literally, I'm not even exaggerating, it was a $30 margarita when I tipped the guy, which was good, but it was like in a plastic, not even a solo cup, like a smaller cup. It was good, but like
Oh, I meant to bring a
I
cup.
could have bought a bottle of tequila. I could have bought fucking mixer and triple sec and made fucking 20 of them probably.
It's for families, bro.
I know, but
Yes.
people go to Epcot to drink.
Yeah, Epcot, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, you go and they got the wine and food. I think it's like in October to November or some shit. And you just walk the countries and take they're not free. Nothing's free. You got to pay for all the freaking shit, but you could spend a ton at Epcot. There's just eating.
Listen to me now. Hear me later. If you go to Epcot, I already told the bum about this, and you go to Italy, in the back, you know when you're walking in the main path, but then they have the little ones that go in each town. So in Italy, you go all the way into the back. There's a pizza place there. You're gonna have to get a reservation or wait or whatever. It was fucking expensive. It was like a $40 or $50 pizza, but that shit was the best pizza I've eaten maybe in all my life.
What made it that special?
It
He
was
was hungry.
I was hungry, yes, but I'm always hungry when I eat pizza, so that couldn't have been it. It was one of those wood fire pizzas, and then like I told the guy, is that from the countries?
Yeah.
All right, cool. I told the guy, damn, this pizza was fucking good, and he goes, oh yes, because they're also from Italy. We bring the water from. That's not Italian. We bring the water from over here, and we bring the cheese, and this comes from like everything came from a different place, and I was like, that makes sense, dude, because this shit was fucking fire.
What kind of pizza did you get?
It was just a pepperoni pizza with I don't remember what else. There was something else on there.
I have to say, consistently for me, one thing I could say about all my trips to those parks is I can never say I ate something great at the parks. I've never eaten good there. I usually have to eat outside of the park to be able to, go to a regular restaurant, because to me, the food and the drinks and everything in there suck.
It's not the best, right?
Nah,
agree.
dude, it's fucking mediocre.
Well, I had
I agree.
like the fried food thing, whatever. That was just to eat. But that pizza in particular was.
I went to an Italian place to eat there one time. Is it
telling you.
strictly pizza or?
Oh, you could have ordered whatever you wanted in there. It was a full.
Epcot
It was a
has
restaurant?
food.
Yeah, sit down
And
restaurant.
yes,
Yeah, I think I had a pizza there before.
Epcot has the best food of the parks. But I never tried that pizza place. I'll have to check that out, because no memorable food comes to mind.
I'll tell you my three best
What about
meals.
the boiled burgers though?
I didn't have that. My three best meals that I had was the pizza, of course. Then after I went to the cantina, which we thought that was a full thing to eat. They just give you like a charcuterie. What do you call that shit? Charcuterie board. That, and you have your funny drinks with the fucking dry ice and shit. And that was it. You couldn't really eat there. So then we went to the other Star Wars place, and it was like it was some rice and like some chicken with some sauce on it, and like there was some veggies on it, and that was decent. And then in the Avatar world, I ate some other like sort of spicy chicken, and they give you like congri. Like, I was surprised they had congri there, and they give you that with some other sauce, and that was pretty good. Nothing that you would go just to eat that, but like overall they were pretty good. And then the rest was whatever, dude, like park food, like just fried stuff or burgers or whatever.
Dude, but the fucking turkey legs are the best, bro.
I didn't have the turkey leg.
Turkey leg is good.
Yeah, those are not bad.
I strictly go for the turkey legs to match.
Turkey leg is very good.
Isn't the turkey leg like one of those where like you see somebody and then like, oh, I want a turkey leg. Yeah. And then like it's like they advertise for themselves with where'd you get that turkey leg?
Dude, I go for them, but yes, everybody asks me like,
the turkey leg is pretty fabulous, bro. It's like ham, dude. It's so good.
I love that shit. And the one at the fair is not as good as the one in Disney.
How much is the turkey leg?
It was $14, I believe. I was surprised that it wasn't stupid expensive.
You know what was our turkey leg in Animal Kingdom? The turkey leg phenomenon where you see it and you want it.
Possum tail.
No, I didn't try that. Is that a real thing?
No.
Oh, okay. Corn on the cob.
Yes.
Like we were going somewhere, like, oh, I want one. So then we had to go wait in line, and everybody got one. They put some spices on it. That shit was pretty good.
The other one,
it's not better than the one at the Venta, though.
The other one is the Mickey Mouse ears. You see those, and you gotta have them, and those are pretty good too.
Mickey Mouse ears? What the heck, bro? I don't want no Mickey Mouse ears.
No, the ice
girl
cream.
likes those.
The ice cream.
The ice cream of Mickey Mouse.
Oh.
The best corn. The best corn is at the youth fair, bro.
No,
yes.
bro.
Yes, bro.
It's over here at the flea market, bro.
No, dude, at the youth fair. You gotta get the corn at the youth fair.
I had a Mickey Mouse pretzel.
Ah, those things are disgusting.
The Mickey Mouse,
they're
Mickey
super
Mouse
salty, bro.
And then I did have to buy literal fucking ears for Bruno. That's for sure.
They have a waffle ice cream place in Disney
what about
Springs
Nina, dude?
by the Lego
did
store.
Nina get? I'm sorry, Tank. I'm sorry. What was that?
By the Lego store, they have a waffle ice cream place. It's pretty good.
Nina got the most annoying fucking thing that I fucking almost threw it out. I almost threw it out the car on the ride home. She got a little handheld thing that has like Ariel on the top, and you press the button and it sings the song, and then like 5,000 bubbles start coming out of it, and like you're walking around the park and there's little girls everywhere doing it, and like all the bubbles are going in your fucking face, dude, and you want to fucking take it from them. That's what she got.
But Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah, she got that, and it was between the music and the bubbles. It was.
We lost it in Hurricane Ian.
Thank God,
my
bro.
kids love that Buzz Lightyear. In the first few years that we went, they love that ride, man. We do that ride 2 or 3 times.
Oh my
I
God,
freaking love
dude.
that shit, bro.
Is that the one where you shoot at the targets
Yeah,
in
man.
Disney Hollywood Studios?
No,
No,
that
that's
was in Magic
Magic
Kingdom.
Kingdom.
I'm sorry. Yes, and then they have one in Hollywood Studios, which is called it's called Toy Story Mania,
Yes,
which is sort of similar, but they put you in front of a screen and you're
yes.
shooting. Dude, we got stuck in that ride. I'm not kidding. For I feel like 30 minutes, but if I'm not exaggerating, it was 20 minutes. And like everybody, I'm like, why is nobody complaining? And I looked to the side and I could see all the cars. Everybody was on their phone. My battery was dead. So that's probably why I was more annoyed. And then after a while, I said, let's go. And they a couple other people said, let's go. And they cranked it up and they got us right to the exit, but they wouldn't open the doors. And I'm like, lady, I want to get off this ride. And she's like, no, I can't. I go, you can't. You tell me you can't open this door. And like Bruno's already climbing out and Nina's climbing out of the other one. And I'm like, I don't want to climb out and make a scene, but like, just fucking let me out. I can walk out. The fucking thing is right here. And then it took like another 3 minutes. She said somebody dropped their glasses in the ride and it had like fucked up the ride somehow.
Oh,
You never know. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's
Maybe
what
it
she
was
said.
a kid fell in there.
maybe a kid got like his arm stuck and severed.
Well, we're gonna get to that. There's some good stories of accidents.
I had one ride failure that was kind of crappy. It was at Islands of Adventure. You guys been there? Islands of Adventure.
I haven't been there.
You ever ride the Jurassic Park dinosaur flume thing, dude?
That might not have been open. I went right in the beginning. I don't think that's an original ride.
Our thing got stuck right before the drop, and we got stuck up there. And they brought these ladders, and we had to climb off this thing and go off this like emergency exit type thing.
Holy shit!
Wow.
You must have been shitting your pants.
Yes. Yeah.
Did they provide you new pants afterwards?
No.
Depends.
It depends, right?
Yeah, it depends.
On your depends.
But other than that, haven't had any other kind of ride failure or ride mishap.
I had a technical failure one time when we went to Legoland. They have a ride that is very similar to Soar. I can only assume because I didn't get to ride the ride, but the whole setup was similar to Soar, where we sat on some sort of row, and then they like had this giant screen, and as soon as we got strapped in and the screen went blank, they kept us there for like 10 minutes, and they were like, oh, I'm sorry, we have technical difficulties, everybody's got to get off, and we just had to leave. But we weren't like stuck up there somewhere. That probably would have been like, how long were you up there?
I think we were like 7 or 8 minutes, just like that, in launch position, because it stopped right at the very top before it dove. So, and they freak out because people get stupid and try to climb out. Imagine if the brake gets released, that would be disastrous. But yeah, about 7 or 8 minutes, and then they had to walk us down from that.
I was with a girl that went with us, like in a group, to Busch Gardens a few years back. 10 years ago, probably. And we were riding, the one that's the little logs. They have this at a lot of parks. You ride in the log and it goes in the water, and then
The Stanley Falls.
Yeah, it has like a little drop. It's nothing major, just a little drop, and then it splashes and people get wet. The youth fair has a similar one, and you're not really even.
It's a flume.
You're not even really strapped in there, really, right? You're kind of just sitting there, and then there's a part of it when it goes up. You're on this sort of like a treadmill thing that, and then there's like a ladder to the side of it.
Yeah.
Dude, this chick started fucking spazzing out, like that she wanted to get off, that she was scared, and she was already climbing out and like was already like had a foot on the ladder, and like everybody around started freaking out, and we grabbed her and we got her to sit down, but she was gonna fucking walk out on that fucking on the thing. I had never experienced that before, and then she didn't ride anything else after that. But that was pretty.
And she was with your group.
Yes, I didn't know she was a spaz, but yeah.
Yeah, that water one, it's not bad.
No,
I
there's
think it has like a little thing, and you go around, and then it has a big drop at the end.
yeah. But the fact that they don't strap you in, it's like, yeah, this is not that serious.
Yeah.
You know which ones I didn't like the strapping in situation? I have this thing here, and then like sometimes Bruno or Nina would go, and like where it reaches me, like they're completely fucking. I'm like, I don't know about this. Like I can't breathe anymore,
Dude,
and
I
she's
was
completely
always,
loose.
Yes, I was always wary of that. Like the harnesses at a certain age didn't seem to fully like make contact with them. They looked kind of loose in there. I ended up holding them a lot of times out of my own stupid fear, because I'm sure that's super tested, and you know they put their butts and their whole world.
Nobody's
on
ever
the
gotten
line.
hurt at one of these parks, bro.
Well, we're gonna
What
look
a great
at
intro! That's perfect.
before we get into the carnage. Let me think. My feet were fucking sore, dude. That's one thing. You gotta have the right fucking foot gear.
Did you wear the same shoes every day you were there?
Well, I certainly didn't wear the same shoes that I think I left in your house, bum. I wore those shoes at Epcot. I would never wear those again. You know what? I gotta buy a pair of fucking Nike Air Monarchs, dude. The fucking dad shoes that are super wide and like super fucking dorky looking, but you gotta have really good, comfortable, wide shoes because you're fucking standing so long and you're fucking walking so much.
Dude, I see people do those parks in Chanks, bro. I don't know how they do that shit.
I brought Chanks in my backpack because at the end of the day, I was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna ride this bus with my fucking Chanks on. I don't give a fuck."
Speaking of Chanks, dude, Milton, that's all he wears.
Yeah, that's his apparel.
And we were like, dude, we were in New Orleans, and me and my wife was like, dude, he's got to be in pain. But
well,
that's
dude,
all he wears is Chanks.
Like it's been 30 degrees or 40 degrees some of these days, and he's there in his fucking Chanks still.
And he's walking the cobblestones in NOLA and all. I was like, dude, my feet were hurting, and I had some nice, comfortable shoes. I can't imagine.
Yeah. Imagine being at one of those parks the whole day in the summertime. You're talking about some dangerous material there, buddy.
What I did was I wore a pair of well-worn in trainers that I have, and that I had my most success with those. So I didn't want to try anything new. I'm like, I'm not trying some fucking shoes for the first time here. You know, fuck that, dude. So it was all right. I learned my lesson. You got to go with comfort over style.
Yeah.
Dude, we did 27,000 steps at Epcot. And then Disney.
That's a shit. And a lot of that's standing in line, right?
Mm-hmm. Because Epcot also, let's go eat lunch over there. Oh, the fucking ball is all the fuck way over there. Everything was so far. Mm-hmm. And the cool thing about Magic Kingdom was you could, with the genie, like at one time you got to go here. Let's just walk. And on the way, anything that's not terrible, just go do it. Just go do it. Boom. 15 minutes here, 10 minutes there, 30 minutes. And then we did it like that. And that was good.
You rode that Mission to Space there, or Mission to Mars, or whatever?
Yes.
Space.
Yes, I did.
Dude, I almost tossed my cookies in that thing, bro.
It did not feel good this time. Marina backed out of that at the last minute.
Which one is that one?
You go to the moon or whatever, or Mars?
Yeah, like one guy's the pilot, one guy's the navigator, one is the I don't know what the fuck. Everybody has a thing to do.
Yeah, you got the pilot, the co-pilot, the engineer. Dude,
It's like
I remember.
it's like a Galvatron thing where like
I don't remember that one.
Yeah, you feel like the G forces, and I remember like we couldn't even lift our fucking hands. Me and Bruno were trying to lift our hands, and we just couldn't do it.
Dude,
That's
I
at
remember-
Walt Disney World.
no,
Epcot.
I don't remember.
I
I don't think I've done
remember like my kids trying to talk to me during that, and I was like, man, I'm gonna throw up in this thing.
They had barf bags right there in front of you.
I
Literally.
didn't, but man,
I'm sure it
I
happens.
felt like it.
Obviously, that's why they.
well, a kid died in that.
Yes.
Yes.
And that's the one tank that you were saying that you could go on one that's not as intense or the one that's
Yeah.
But dude, they like Marina waited in that line with us, and they kept saying, if you suffer from motion sickness, this ride is very intense. You may want to get out. And they just kept saying like stuff like that over and over until finally she was like, all right, I'm gonna fucking get out. Like they convinced her to get off of it by repeating it so much.
How did
That
a
was
kid die
probably
in
good.
that one?
What's that?
How did a kid die in that one?
He was like 12, and it was like too much pressure. It was like his heart.
Yeah, a lot of those accidents have to do with people that have some sort of either undiagnosed or diagnosed heart condition, and they have like some sort of cardiac or event, and they don't necessarily. At least this is the way Disney says it. They didn't die because of the ride; they died because they had some sort of event. But like, why'd they have an event? I don't know, because they were. Who knows? Were they going to die just walking?
The world will never know.
Yeah. What else can I tell you? I don't know. I guess you got to do it. I don't know when I'll be back there. Maybe when the kids are older, I'll enjoy going to like Busch Gardens or something with them. I also think, man, I could have done something so much cooler with this money. I could have gone to Hawaii. Probably.
Wow.
But dude, you just said that Bruno fucking had the best moment of his life at Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah.
It wasn't about you.
Did you hear about Hawaii, dude? I don't know if I made that clear.
Oh yeah, fuck Bruno.
Nah, it was cool. That was cool, and I liked it too. I was like fucking just a couple notches below him there at that place, and it was all first order shit. It was all resistance shit. Even the Star Tours, they retrofitted it and they tied that into the new movies. I wonder why I guess that's where they're trending, right? They want to go into the future. They don't want to go classic shit.
Yeah.
Well, what I was reading is that they have a big problem, Disney does, because they were hoping that new movies were going to develop more new content that they could build more parks from, and they really have kind of their movies that they've made have bombed, Solo and some of the stuff that they've done, and they haven't, they call it Disney has a Star Wars problem. And it's that there's really no new content except for the streaming stuff with Mandalorian, but still they haven't really capitalized off that.
Wow. I don't know, dude. Like there's so much shit now, more than think of like the dead eras that we had from 85 to 99, right? Mm-hmm. There wasn't shit, dude. We were reading those books and shit. That's the only shit we had.
Yeah, but the problem is that didn't matter back then for Disney because they didn't pay $1 bazillion for Star Wars. Now they have. And
what could they do? What could they do to that
That's
part?
the problem. What could they do? That's
no,
the
I'm saying like
have.
if you were working for Disney, if you guys were working for Disney, if we were working for Disney, what would you say is something they could do to add to that park? They obviously have to expand
the Anakin Skywalker race.
The pod race.
Little kid, yeah.
That's a cool one. Good job, Tank. I'm serious. I thought you were gonna say fucking Mustafar.
What the fuck is that? Jabba the Hutt?
No, that's where they fucking chop Anakin's fucking. That's where Obi-Wan has the high ground.
Oh,
Yes.
or
Don't do it, Anakin.
do it.
What else could they do?
They could do a Tuscan village, Tuscan Raider village.
The Sand People?
You go and
Yeah,
you
the
fucking
Sand People
you kill them all.
with the big
Yeah.
bantas, bantas. And
Or
you could ride. They get elephants, and they make them up to look like banfas or whatever.
what
And
about
then you
the
do elephant rides,
little people?
banfa rides.
The
The
Jawas.
Ewoks?
The
Jawas.
Javas. The Javas. They have like a little tree village or something, right? Or is that the Ewoks?
You know what they could
That's the
do?
Ewoks.
They could also do some sort of like the Avatar ride, but you do it on speeders, and you're going through like Endor and shit on the speeders.
Well, or remember the
But
the
then that's
speeder.
not
the
their MO. They're
speeder-
going into the new movie, so
Yeah, the speeder chase in what was that? The second of the prequels, where it's in the city. That was pretty badass.
oh, you're talking about the where they're in their little like vehicles where Obi-Wan and Anakin are in those.
Yeah,
Speeders.
I got it. Jar Jar Binks world, underwater world.
The Gungans.
The
the
Gogans.
Gungans.
The Gungans. Yeah, they could do that.
It's a trap.
Have
I
you guys
focus
ever
your
ridden
fire.
on elephants?
What?
Have you ever ridden on elephants?
I have.
I can't say I have.
I don't think I think I rode a camel.
Dude, they used to have. I rode elephants when I was a kid. They had those rides at the youth fair, at the old zoo,
It sounds
Hialeah
dangerous.
Zoo.
No, the
Grandin.
Grandin Park.
Grandin Park Zoo.
That's the first zoo I ever went to.
Me too. Okay, I'm sorry. That was a little off track. I just
Yeah,
was
sorry.
wondering.
I don't think I've ridden anything crazier than a horse, dude.
They don't do those anymore. I guess it's inhumane.
Yes,
You guess?
I think
they don't have the circus anymore because it's inhumane.
I think they. Well, when I was driving around that safari in not driving around, sitting in the thing where they were driving me around in that safari in Animal Kingdom, I was like, how long before these people can't have this here anymore? You know, why aren't they catching fucking? I guess zoos are still kind of
Well, because
immune.
They're more
those
caged.
right, those are not caged experience. They're almost open range. Not
I don't know, dude. Those fucking cheetahs there, and I'm like, these cheetahs can't even fucking run, dude.
They gotta run, right? They don't
Can't
have to
even
no.
run, dude.
I get it, but it is stark. From the Crandon Park Zoo that I first went to, those were cages.
Those cages are still there. if you
Yeah,
go.
they are.
They're still
That's
there.
another one on YouTube. You could see the abandoned Crandon Park Zoo. I used
It's an
to love
iguana.
the
It's an
train.
iguana sanctuary now.
Jesus, you remember the little train that would take you
Yeah.
around? That was
Hank,
so
are you
awesome.
cutting somebody's hair or something?
Why it has to be me?
Or is somebody cutting somebody's hair? I'm pretty sure it's you.
It's not me.
Oh, is that you, Hylia?
No,
Is that you, Bum?
It's Hialeah.
Do you see me cutting
that's not me,
somebody's
dude.
hair?
That's not
I
me.
don't see anybody, but I keep hearing it sounds like somebody's cutting somebody's hair.
Cutting their toenails. Somebody's cutting their toenails.
I want a Dr. Afro show that's like Indiana Jones. Oh, that was pretty cool. I had never seen that show, the Indiana Jones. I saw that. Like with her stealing Jedi and Sith artifacts, with Vader chasing her around the galaxy, like in the first Vader run.
No, that's lame.
Hated it. But I don't know. They gotta add to that fucking shit. Could they do anything with the Mandalorian? Stop cutting the hair, Tank, dude. Can they do anything with the Mandalorian or Obi-Wan?
Grogu with Grogu chasing. You gotta try to help Grogu get away. You know, have those those droids, those death troopers chasing him. Oh, the gang on those nice little mopeds, and you could race the little colorful mopeds through Moat easily.
I know that's your favorite part.
I love that part. That would
Actually,
be an amazing ride.
something like the Avatar ride that takes you to like all the Star Wars lands, like Kashyyyk and Camino and all of those. That would be cool.
Which is like Soar, but Star Wars style.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
that would be cool. And one where they cut your hair, and you hear the scissors going.
And it's Tank.
I wish I did. I can't hear that.
Raise your hands. Everybody raise your hands. Did you put the scissors down before you raise your hand, Tank?
I think they may have.
Fucking Tank.
All right.
All right.
Moving right along.
All right, so there's been some accidents in the Disney parks. You want to look up, Tank?
You just
Yeah,
gave
hold
him
on,
something. Away.
I gotta finish this haircut.
All right.
He's trimming his toenails.
From what I remember reading, there was a lot of heart conditions. There was a lot of monorail accidents. There was a pretty horrific one where somebody, and I can see how this happens with teenagers and whatever. In the Haunted Mansion, the other cars right next to you, I was able to grab my daughter and try to scare her. There was a girl jumping from cart to cart, and there was some sort of accident with her there.
That moves pretty slow, though. I wonder how bad that was.
But think about it, if they spin.
All you got to do is fall off, and then that car keeps going, and you're gonna get trampled, dude. And it's in the dark.
And that shit'll keep on moving and run your ass over. It's not...
Yeah. Let's see. I'm gonna look it up. You guys heard any of these?
I got the list. I was finishing for you to start.
I thought you were with the haircut still. Go ahead.
Take a little off the back, off the side.
It says here on the ferry boat, there was one. A 61-year-old woman from Celebration, Florida, suffered a collapsed lung, fractured ribs, and back pain due to boating accident near the Magic Kingdom.
Is this the one where they were in a little paddle boat and they got hit?
Collided with the ferry boat.
I heard about this one. They tried to say it was her negligence by not giving the right of way to the ferry boat, and she's from that little place that we showed the pictures of Celebration.
Yeah, Celebration.
Yeah.
All right, that's the only one with the ferry.
John, cut it out, dude.
What?
The fucking haircut. Cut it out.
The bus.
Are you doing some maintenance down there, or what are you doing, dude? You're giving yourself a trim?
By the way, breaking news: Tua will not play in the Pro Bowl. He is still in the concussion protocol.
Still?
Notice how I muted the bum and nobody's doing a haircut right now.
Still.
He's still in the concussion protocol.
Wow.
See, the bum doesn't realize I muted him, and he doesn't realize that we don't hear the haircut.
He's been discovered.
All right, bum, I'm gonna unmute you, but if I hear the haircut again, I'm gonna be forced to mute you.
Oh, because it would imply that I'm doing it, right?
Well, yeah. Once I had you muted, we didn't hear it, so that would sort of.
Oh, but that may just have been a coincidence.
It may have been. We'll find out.
Yeah.
I'm on to you. Did you get for Christmas? What do they call those things? What do they call those things to trim your ball sack and shit? Like on a lot of podcasts, they
Manscaped.
Manscaped. Did you just get a Manscaped bum, and that's what you're doing right now on the air? Is that what's going on?
Like you guys remember the judge with the penis pump?
Huh?
No, I remember Austin Powers.
There was a judge that he got caught with a penis pump in the courtroom.
Oh my god!
They kept hearing a little wow, 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 wow.
All rise.
Yeah, all right.
What a son of a bitch, dude. All right, who else fucking
All right.
had serious incidents at
On
Disney?
There's one with a car only. I don't
There was
know
a lot of bus accidents. I remember
yes,
that.
I'm gonna get the buses right now.
Yeah.
In April '95, a 9-year-old boy was killed after being fatally struck by a moving car in the parking lot. A few months after the incident, his parents filed a lawsuit in July of that year seeking an unspecified amount of damage.
I gotta tell you, dude, that's one of my biggest fears. Whenever I get in a parking lot, I'm like, fucking come over here, man. Come over here. Get over here. Because you never know, dude.
Yeah, you don't know who the fuck is driving.
Yeah, exactly. That sucks.
All right, now on to the buses. On March 23rd, 2010, a Disney transportation bus rear-ended a private charter bus near the entrance of Epcot parking lot. 7 guests aboard the Disney bus received minor injuries, while the bus driver was reported to have received critical injuries.
Wow.
So nobody died.
He got pretty fucked up, though, the driver.
Yeah. April, then the fucking 7 days later, April 1st, 2010, a 9-year-old boy was crushed to death by a Disney transportation bus at Disney's Fort Wilderness Resort while riding his bicycle with an 11-year-old girl.
Fort Wilderness is one of the hotels in the theme park? Okay.
Yeah.
That's supposed to be one of the nicer ones.
It says that he turned his bike into the road and ran into the side of the bus, subsequently being dragged under the bus's right rear tire.
Oh, brutal.
In October 2010, Disney World was sued for $15,000 by the boy's mother.
15,000?
Yes, and they settled out of court.
That's not even enough to go to all the parks, dude. The fuck? You can't even fucking go to all the parks with that. I think their lawyers suck.
And then in December 2010, a 69-year-old man died after stepping in front of a moving Disney bus.
That could have happened anywhere, right? That could have happened anywhere. You walk in front of them. I mean, who writes these articles too? You don't know. But like you
right. This is I'm just reading off of Wikipedia.
Okay.
2017, a 47-year-old bus driver suffered serious injuries and was taken to Orlando. A collision. Well, this was. Fuck that. 2 buses collided near Epcot Park entrance, and 15 people were taken to a local hospital suffering minor injuries.
You gotta think with all the buses and all that you're gonna have these accidents, dude.
Yeah, there's like 20 million people a year go to Magic Kingdom. Like 12 million people a year go to Epcot. Another 10 million to Animal Kingdom. You know, it's like there's like literally there's a stadium full of fucking people wandering around these parks on any given fucking moment, dude. Shit's gonna fucking happen, dude.
It's gonna happen. People are gonna have heart attacks. People are gonna trip and fall. People are gonna run into cars.
There's so many hazards. And then you're putting them on fucking high speed fucking ride. We haven't even gotten to the rides yet. We're just talking regular fucking traffic incidents so far.
Yeah. Now I got monorail. There was a fire in '85 in the back of one of them. Nobody died, but there was 7 passengers taken for smoke inhalation. What's this one? There's a few. All right, we can get to the rides then. Animal Kingdom, the Avatar ride. Several instances of visitors losing consciousness. Last one. In July 8th, 2022, an 83-year-old man was briefly unresponsive after riding the attraction.
That may have been me. You know how you know how you disengage from that, just look to the side. And you break that
illusion
feeling. Yeah.
Yeah, but brother, you're 83 years old, you know. You're liable to die at any moment, probably. Just stay off the ride, bro. And the line
Yeah.
that's gonna fucking take. Go sit with the kid outside.
But maybe that's what he wanted.
Maybe he wanted to go out like that. Maybe he was an Avatar fan. He goes, you know what? Fuck it. If I'm gonna go out, it's gonna be fucking in this fucking world.
Mm-hmm.
Speculation. I'm speculating.
Then we got from 2005 a ride called Dinosaur. I don't know it.
I wrote it.
Oh, was it open finally?
Yeah, it opened up later, and I went on it.
How did you like that?
Which one is this one?
Kind of cheesy, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
I know.
the
I know which one
animatronics
this
looked
is.
a little bit dated, and
Yeah,
It's-
where the
it is
T-Rex
old.
jumps out at you, right?
the kids got a little bit scared on that one.
Oh, I know it. Well,
It's like depending on what side you are, the dinosaur kind of fucking pops out at you and shit.
Yeah, very herky jerky.
That's what she said.
a 30-year-old man lost consciousness shortly after exiting the ride and died from a heart attack moments later.
Damn, 30.
Showed the ride was operating correctly and was not the cause of the man's death.
Of course, they said that.
He had an artificial pacemaker.
He had issues at 30 already.
Expedition Everest, 2007. A 44-year-old man from Navarre, Florida, lost consciousness while riding the coaster. He was given CPR on the ride's loading platform and was later pronounced dead at the hospital.
Fuck.
A medical examiner's office conducted an autopsy and concluded that the victim died of a dilated cardiomyopathy, and the death was considered natural. The Lion King, Festival of the Lion King. A small electrical fire originating from beneath one of the puppet floats broke out during a performance. The fire was quickly extinguished and no one was hurt. Boo,
Like that shit happens. You may think it's part of the show, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Cali River Rapids, 2007.
I don't even know what that is.
That's the one where you sit in like the big round inner tube with like 8 people.
What park is this?
Animal Kingdom. It's a big
Is that the
rapid.
one-
It's a water ride.
It's not the
Is that the
Avatar one,
one-
right?
That
No.
flipped over and the people drowned.
I'll tell you right now.
Take a drink. Motorcycle guy was there.
It says 5 guests and 1 cast member were injured when an emergency exit platform malfunctioned. The guests were exiting a Cali River rapid raft during a ride stoppage triggered by a monitor sensor. The raft was on a steep incline, and the emergency exit platform was designated to allow guests to easily access the emergency stairs from the incline. After investigation and slid, it was removed. It doesn't say what happened to them.
Sounds like
Just-
Disney wrote this Wikipedia article.
Then the Safaris one. 2008, a small fire broke out on the front of a ride vehicle. A woman was taken to the hospital after jumping from the truck, and 3 other people suffered minor injuries. Primeval Whirl. Which one is that?
Never heard of that.
Oh, that's in Animal Kingdom, I think.
Yeah, all of these
So-
were from Animal Kingdom.
I think it was like it's like a baby roller coaster.
Yeah, kind of like the Crazy Mouse. It looks. Oh yeah, it's like the Crazy Mouse. It's like taking you back in time. Let's see what happened here. A 63-year-old cast member died from a brain injury sustained 4 days earlier when she was hit by a ride vehicle after falling from a restricted area on the ride platform. OSHA fined Disney World $25,000 and charged the company with 5 safety violations. The fines were $15,000. It's nothing there. A 52-year-old cast member sustained head injuries while working on the ride and was airlifted to the Orlando region, where he later died. The ride was undergoing maintenance and was closed to the public at the time of the incident. Blizzard Beach now.
That's just
That's closed. It's closed.
Yeah.
That's closed down.
Downhill Double Dipper. Man with a pre-existing medical condition collapsed on the stairs as he was waiting in line, then went into cardiac arrest after riding. What? He collapsed on the stairs while he was waiting, and then he went on to ride.
He was like, I had a fucking heart attack. I'm getting on the fucking.
Then went into cardiac arrest after riding. He was then taken to the Florida Hospital Celebration Health and died, suffering a heart attack.
There's celebration again.
Meltaway Bay. 2018, a 71-year-old man with a pre-existing medical condition was found unresponsive in the wave pool. He was taken to a nearby hospital and died due to suffering a heart attack shortly after revival.
Now that you
Those
mentioned,
wave pools are pretty dangerous.
I did hear about the water
Dude,
park.
they are.
A lot of fucking pedophiles, dude, in the fucking water parks. That's what I fucking read, dude.
What was it that you read?
That there's a lot of fucking pedophiles in those parks, dude, and that they did like fucking fondling and shit like that and exposing themselves in that park.
Oh
Yeah.
shit!
Yeah. He'll
Like
probably
regular
get
people or
regular
cast members?
regular pedophiles that visited the park.
Bueno.
I could see that, dude. It's like open
It's like a-
season for them, right?
It's like a candy fucking store.
Exactly.
I'm already in my fucking Speedos.
They're not looking at you, bro.
Dude,
It's
you
like-
got it.
It's,
The
it's
worst-
like
Go.
I don't know what happened. Somebody's frozen.
Who's
Is he frozen?
I think the
Yeah.
bum's frozen.
The bum
Or
frozen.
he's just
You don't
very
hear the
ex-
clicking anymore.
he's very excited to hear this story. man.
Yeah, he wanted to hear the Speedo story. He's trying to picture it.
He's so excited it got stuck.
He's in deep thought. And I
He's- he's still-
clicking,
he's
dude.
still- There it is. You got him. He got.
Yep.
Dude, that's like a freaking candy store for them. You gotta think.
That's
it's
almost,
like fishing at the seaquarium.
That's almost as crazy if one of the board of directors of your condo association was the treasurer and was a convicted embezzler.
Oh wow.
I just thought of that off the top of my head. That's not like
Yeah.
a real thing or anything.
That's pretty good.
But yeah, anyways, you'll probably get some. So what else? Is there? Give us some ride ones. Is there any more ride ones?
Well, that's what I'm doing right now.
Okay, continue.
Disney Hollywood Studios, Alien Swirling Saucers.
Didn't ride it, so I.
A 59-year-old woman sustained injuries to the toes after riding the attraction.
Oh, I hate that. She was probably wearing.
Now this is
Okay.
probably.
Thanks.
Yeah, that Milton.
That's
could probably-
Milton.
Yeah.
Phantasmic. A cast member playing Dopey from Snow White fell under the railing at the top level of a steamboat down onto the level during the show's finale.
Now it
During
would
the-
be dopey for this to happen. Right?
And hear this. During the fall, he landed on another cast member playing Goofy.
Oh, Goofy! Of course, you can't make this up, dude.
Both cast members were observed at the scene by paramedics and released.
Damn, they had to probably remove their mask and ruin the illusion for some kids, dude. On top of
This-
everything else.
Indiana Jones.
Now that should look dangerous, dude. You guys seen this one?
Yeah,
There's
that one's cool.
fire there and everything, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a big old real heavy boulder.
It's not really heavy.
It's not?
I saw like 2 people pushing that shit up the ramp. It's probably made out of styrofoam. But anyways, what happened?
Good job, Bruno. OSHA fined them $1,000 after 3 performers were injured in 3 separate incidents.
$1,000.
Yeah. In
You
one
can't-
incident, hey,
you
a
can't even
performer
fucking-
fell-
You
he
can't
fell
even get a
through-
buzz for $1,000 there, bro.
Then
I
another
could probably
performer
drink
fell
$1,000
25 feet.
at Epcot if I tried. Milton for sure he could. No problem.
A third performer was pinned by a malfunctioning trap door.
It's a trap.
Yeah. Later, while rehearsing a new, safer routine, another performer fell 25 feet onto concrete.
Well, thank God that was a safer fucking.
Even better.
Wait a second. Let's be careful this time.
In a rehearsal on August 17, 2009, a 30-year-old performer named Anislav Varbanov died after injuring his head while performing a tumbling role. The next day's performance were canceled out of respect for him. Awesome.
Well, at least they did that.
Oh shit! Rock and roller coaster.
Now, what park is this in?
Hollywood.
Hollywood.
Is this the Aerosmith one?
Yes.
Yes.
Guys, correct me if I'm wrong here, or maybe I'm thinking of a different ride. I thought the Aerosmith, or there was some other roller coaster that had to do with rock that your feet were hanging on it. I know the Aerosmith, you're in a car.
Yes.
Do you ever remember another like music ride where you're hanging with your feet, sort of like I think Montu and Busch Gardens, your feet are hanging, and you're kind of sitting in a thing, but your feet are hanging? Do you remember any roller coaster like that in any of the Disney, or is it maybe like Universal or one of those other ones?
The Hulk, your feet are hanging.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but no, it wasn't the Hulk.
Oh, yeah, you said music theme.
It had to do with music, I believe. I don't know how many there are like that. Anyways, go ahead. Whatever. That roller coaster is pretty hardcore.
2006, a 12-year-old boy visiting from Kentucky was found to be unresponsive after the ride ended. Though his father administered CPR until paramedics arrived, he was declared dead on the way to Celebration Hospital. The ride was shut down for an investigation and reopened a day later after inspectors determined that the ride was operating normally. A medical examiner determined that the boy had an undiagnosed congenital heart defect.
Now, do you see the difference between an NFL game and Disney?
They keep the show going.
Well, next day, dude, they're fire that bitch up, dude. Let's go. We got fucking people tickets here, dude. We got a fucking ride, dude.
It's only a 9-year-old boy, dude. Let's go.
12.
Jesus, dude.
12-year-old.
On December 2nd to 21, the coaster was evacuated due to reports of smoke coming from the ride building. Disney confirmed to one of the Orlando television stations that there was no fire and no injuries reported.
Bum, are you being very still or you're frozen?
No, he's still thinking of the pedo.
Why didn't I think of that?
Star Tours, the adventure continues. A 69-year-old man from Memphis, Tennessee died after riding Star Tours. The rider had a pre-existing heart condition along with other contributing factors. The incident was described as part of a quarterly report filed with the FDA.
Hey, have you noticed nobody's like, this was the first time he ever had that condition on the ride? Everything's like pre-existing condition, pre-existing condition, pre-existing condition.
Non-diagnosed.
Yeah. This guy didn't really know he had it until we put him on this ride, and then he fucking found out that he
August 2019, a 40-year-old man with a pre-existing condition had a seizure and fell after riding.
John's like, I am never fucking riding any of these things ever again.
October 2014, Toy Story Mania. A 64-year-old woman lost consciousness on the ride and died. The death wasn't believed to be related to the ride.
Yeah, I can't see how that ride's pretty fucking innocent, dude.
July 12th, The Twilight Zone, Tower of Terror.
Dude, I rode that once.
I didn't get to do it. How is this ride?
I never did that.
That one is sick.
Remind me, how is this ride?
That's just a big drop.
Yeah, you're in the drop of doom.
Does it also go sideways or no?
No. It goes forward. It takes you up, and then it goes forward a little bit, and then it drops you like at the front of the building.
Because the building is huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Doom scared the shit out of me, bro.
I could have swore that when that was falling, I was off my seat.
You probably
I thought I was gonna die. I thought I was gonna die in that shit.
You were levitating. Doom. Yeah, I mean, if it goes so fast, like it'll go. If it goes faster than you can fall, you'll be in the air. How are you strapped in to that thing?
Belt.
A belt, and you're standing against the wall?
No, you're sitting on a seat, and I think it's just a regular belt.
Okay.
Have you noticed how Tank knows all the restraints?
Yes. He's into restraints.
He's into all the he knows all the restraints. No, that's a bar. That's a over the shoulder. That's a belt. He knows all the restraints.
Yeah.
That's a 3-lock mechanism.
He's also into S&M, I think.
So, a 16-year-old woman complained of severe headache and after symptoms and other
Pre-existing,
symptoms after writing the time. She was taken to
Pre-existing.
Celebration Hospital
pre-existing
in critical condition, where she underwent surgery for intracranial bleeding.
Pre-existing.
And Tank, correct me if I'm wrong, that was a weight-bearing 3-lock mechanism?
Yeah. She returned to the UK via air ambulance,
Where she was strapped with a double-sided seatbelt apparatus.
while she had reportedly ridden the attraction several times during her visit with no ill effects. She had been in pain for a few days prior to the incident.
You notice how everything kind of justifies why, like, it's not their fault. She had done this a bunch of times. She was not feeling that great when she wrote on it to begin
She
with.
had a massive stroke leading to cardiac arrest.
But that stroke probably started a few days before.
After an examination by both Disney and state inspectors showed no ride malfunction, the ride was reopened the next day. She
Basically,
returned home
they're
safely.
saying she malfunctioned.
There's a pattern here.
She
These
re-
people are not accountable for anything that happens to you.
Yes.
She returned home safely.
They put the rules in front, dude. If you have this, if you have that, or you're expecting, if you're this, they're covering their ass.
Do they make you sign a waiver?
No.
Dude, because I just came.
Well, you know what? It could be that by purchasing the tickets,
yeah.
you are. There's a disclaimer in there that you're giving all rights to sue.
Because I just took my kids to somebody's birthday party and we went to a thing called Sky Zone, and dude, they made us fill out a disclaimer like, yeah, you can die, you know, blah blah blah, you know, we're not responsible of any. Like, it was like fucking pages long. So I guess, how did you guys feel about giving your fingerprint to Disney?
It's normal.
I think the last time I went, they didn't have that.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like a newer thing.
Yeah.
I've gone and they had it. It's all right. It's now after thinking about it, it's like, hey, yeah, what the fuck?
When I went, I was like, damn, I don't really want to fucking. What are you gonna do with that? Where are you gonna put that? What are you gonna? I don't know. And then it was a major inconvenience to not do it.
Yeah.
And I had to go like in another line and then back in line. And then the next time I went, I was like, you know, I'm not gonna miss the kids fucking walking in and seeing the first fucking thing, you know, and then I'm fucking there in line and I just fucking did it. But I was not fucking happy about it.
So you got like bullied into it, huh? Shamed into not.
I told the lady I'm gonna fucking do this under duress, you know, but I don't think it's right.
Under protest.
And she was like, you can go wait. Yeah, I don't want to go wait an hour, you know. So
okay, so you don't want, if you don't do it, what's the alternative?
you got to go to the customer service line, wait in that line, get up there, show them your ID, and then they like take a picture of you and they have your ID. And the reason that they do this is so you can't like share your ticket with somebody else.
Oh, okay, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I remember that.
Especially if you have like a multi-day pass or a hopper pass.
Yeah, you could just give it to somebody else.
It seems like they're inconveniencing a lot of people for something that doesn't really happen that much. And if it does, those people are in there spending money anyway. I don't know, dude.
Exactly. It seems like it's not worth the trouble.
Yeah, but I saw so many people just happily.
So why is that line so long to do it the other way?
I think also people are dealing with other issues.
Yeah, there's people there for other things.
Yeah, that's not just that.
When I bought my ticket, it was like a bundle with the hotel because we stayed in Disney, and we had to get our tickets through there first and then get in.
Okay.
So there's other things going on.
Yeah, and you got to wait for that whole thing. I mean, they don't even advertise that you can do that. They have that hidden, and I don't know. I thought they could have fucking had a separate line just for that. It's easy. Here's my fucking. Go ahead, take a picture of me. I'm not fucking. I don't care. And then like when I went to Epcot and I did that, the lady was like, you're gonna be filmed in here. I go, all right, that's fine. I just don't want to. I don't want to do this. But like they make you feel like you're being an asshole if you don't do it.
You get like shamed into doing it.
Yeah. Exactly.
You're being paranoid.
Yeah. I don't know. I just thought like, damn, this is pretty fucking invasive. I already fucking paid you fucking a fortune. to be here.
How much was the 1-day ticket?
The most expensive trip was the one where we just went to Epcot, and then we got a way better deal that we did 3. I think they were almost $200
a day.
Yeah, it was like 178 or some shit like that.
Wow, bro.
Yeah, but then when we did the 3 parks together, like the 3rd park was almost free. Basically,
Dude, I remember when it was such a big deal when it hit $50 a ticket. When it hit $100 a ticket, it was on the news.
$50.
I'm old.
I think that's pretty much what they are if you go one day, right? Like $175, some shit like that.
Yeah.
Wow.
I could have swore the first tickets were like in the $20 to $30.
And we would get that Florida resident discount.
Yeah.
They still have that? Does it? How much do you save on that? Nothing.
Who knows, dude. Maybe they charge you more now. Who the fuck knows? It was fucking expensive, dude. Like I'm like fucking $700 for all 4 of us, you know?
Wow.
And then you got to go fucking eat and drink and fucking hotel and
yeah, it's in the grands.
You got to buy a fucking some Disney ears and fucking it's pretty pricey.
Little Mermaid bubble machine.
Yeah. So besides my wallet dying, who else died at Disney?
We got.
You haven't even got to Magic Kingdom, right?
You guys didn't even let me finish this chick.
Sorry, go ahead.
She returned home safely after spending 6 months in the hospital due to 2 heart attacks and surgery. Then on February 2009, the victim's family sued Disney for negligence in the ride's design.
This is Tower of Terror?
Yeah.
Okay.
Failing to warn riders and not providing proper safety restraints.
You know all about these restraints?
Yeah.
Were they proper?
In 2005, I'm not sure what they were.
Okay.
They were seeking at least $50 million. The lawsuit was voluntarily dismissed.
How convenient.
They only got 15,000.
Epcot Body Wars.
Body Wars.
Yeah, in 1995. Removed.
What is Body Wars?
It says removed.
Yeah.
Was a motion simulator attraction inside the Wonders of Life pavilion. Riders will be taken on a mission by the fictional miniaturized exploration technologies that met to study the effects of white blood cells on a splinter inside the left index finger of a volunteer.
All this shit sounds dangerous. It's like fucking Body Wars, fucking Mission of Life. They're splintering your fucking cells.
A 4-year-old girl from Galveston, Texas, was with a known heart condition, passed out during a ride. The ride was immediately stopped and paramedics airlifted her, where she was pronounced dead. An autopsy was inconclusive as to whether the ride had aggravated her condition. Oh, how convenient. The only one was inconclusive. Mission Space.
This is the one where John almost died.
Yeah. From June 2005 through June 2006, paramedics were called for 194 Mission Space riders.
Holy shit.
Dizziness, nausea, and vomiting were the most common complaints, according to Reedy Creek Fire Department. Out of 194 riders, 25 people passed out, 26 had difficulty breathing, and 16 reported irregular heart beats or chest pains.
Yeah, I may have added to those stats.
John was part of the unconfirmed numbers there.
But I'm glad I wasn't the only one. Apparently, there's a trend here.
I didn't feel good after I got
2005, a 4-year-old boy died after riding Mission Space. An autopsy released on November 15, 2005, found that the boy died as a result of an existing undiagnosed idiopathic heart condition called myocardial hypertrophy.
What a coincidence.
A 4-year-old.
I was going to say, how convenient.
How convenient.
His parents filed a lawsuit against Disney, claiming that Disney should have never allowed a 4-year-old on a ride due to the ride's height restriction and size, and did not offer an adequate medical response as he collapsed and later died. A settlement between the child's parents and Disney was reached in October 2006, and the lawsuit was voluntarily dismissed. 2006, a 49-year-old woman fell ill after riding Mission Space and died. An autopsy determined that she died from a brain hemorrhage caused by long-standing and severe high blood pressure. There was no evidence of trauma attributed to the ride.
How about Magic Kingdom?
2022. Who?
Any Magic Kingdom ones?
Yeah. Dude, so on Test Track. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me listen to. Oh, shit. You guys are going to like this one. 2018, a 20-year-old man from Venezuela was accused and charged with lewd and lascivious behavior after he molested an 8-year-old boy on the ride.
Oh,
The boy and his mother were seated next to the man who put one of his arms around the boy's chest, his hand on the boy's knee, and touched the boy's groin during the ride. He was arrested shortly thereafter, although he claimed it was an accident.
They should have thrown that guy off the side of the fucking ride, dude.
Backstage. You guys know Backstage from Magic Kingdom 04?
No,
Nope.
I don't even know what that is.
It's just the backstage of a show, bro.
Okay.
A 30-year-old cast member dressed as Pluto, who worked at the park for 8 years, died at Magic Kingdom when he was run over by the Beauty and the Beast float in the Shared Dream Come True parade.
oh.
Disney representative commented that very few, if any, guests had seen the incident.
Well,
This
that's
led-
That's what they were worried about. That's what they were worried about.
Whoever fucking saw it was scarred.
This led OSHA to fine Disney $6,300 for having employees in restricted areas.
$6,300.
Yeah. Thunder Mountain. 2017, a 50-year-old man died after riding the attraction. His cause of death was believed to be natural causes, as he had a pre-existing medical condition. The death did not appear to be one of the cases.
All right. I think that's enough fucking. You got like two juicy ones there. Pick the two best ones. And then I want to ask you guys.
Okay. Space
Squirrel.
Ranger spin. You guys know the Space Ranger spin?
No.
I think that's the one that you were talking about that you got stuck in, no?
I got stuck in Toy Story Mania.
Oh, I guess this one is the one that you shoot. 2019, a 75-year-old man fell and fractured one of his legs while getting inside one of the ride vehicles.
That guy could have fallen anywhere, though.
Yeah.
Probably.
All right. You can keep talking. I'll look for some juice.
Okay, yeah. If you find any like real juicy ones. All right. So the AFC Championship. By the way, before we get to that, hold on. Did you guys see the Pelosi video that came out today?
Yeah.
What did you guys think about that?
It's weird, right?
It's very odd, right?
Yeah, it's strange. When the camera, I only saw it where the police get there and he's standing next to the guy and he's got his hand on the guy's like on the hammer or his hand, but they're not saying anything. It's weird.
They're just standing there looking at him.
Yeah,
I think there's a couple things there, right? I think one is the fact that Pelosi is trying to be quiet and not set the guy off, so it somehow makes him look like he's complicit in what's happening, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But what he's trying to do is he's not trying to freak out or anything, so the guy goes nuts, even though eventually he did.
Yeah, it's weird. But yeah,
I found the
think
juicy ones.
I think that's a good assessment.
I would have ran towards the police.
Yeah, I think he was trying not to make that explosive situation. You know what's another detail that makes it look strange, but it's subconscious? If you bring up the video and look at it, you'll see. Look at the door opening.
Tank, can you bring up that video?
Who opens the door?
I wonder if we can show it. I'm sure we can.
Dude, we're gonna get demonetized.
Have you seen that video, Tank?
No, I didn't get a chance to look at it.
It might be too much for you, Tank.
See if you can pull it up. I thought, like, if this guy, speculation, right? if this guy, what have they been doing this whole time? He's just kind of holding him hostage, and
I
why
got
would
it,
this?
I think.
Why would this guy go to the door with him? Did he really think that he was just gonna be like, yeah, we're okay, all right, bye, or
Um,
just open the door and tell him to go away?
let
And
me let me know when to play it. I can't see, and then let me know if you can hear it.
I mean, if we don't hear it, it's fine. They don't say much.
Look
Yeah.
at the door.
Oh, okay. So you guys don't want to hear it.
We could, yeah, if you could.
All right, ready?
Mhm.
Who opens the door?
Okay. So this is the body cam footage, and they
I think you should
live
play that music.
in what part in San Francisco?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is actually the footage of him breaking in right now. And the injury that he caused was just there when he's on the cam, right? It didn't have nothing had happened before that as far as harming him, right?
Correct.
Okay. Who the fuck opened the door? Go back.
Yeah, can you back that up? And by the way, we couldn't hear anymore. I don't know what happened, but how does this door open? Somebody like swings it open.
Who?
Could it have been the guy?
No.
It had to have been Pelosi with his other free hand.
No.
No?
No.
Who's opening the door?
It's a self-opening door. Have you ever heard of that?
No, but if anybody have a self-opening door, it would be these people.
How does that work? You say a command?
You press a button.
You where? You have a remote
Maybe
control?
Pelosi. Maybe he pressed it. And you just can't see it because it's like in that little windows.
And he's holding, the guy is holding Pelosi's hand.
I think
Pelosi's holding the hammer.
I think yeah, he's trying to like play it off, hold the hammer, kind of keep calm.
Everything. Oh, sorry, you guys can't hear it. Let me try to get.
He asked him. He asked him. He says everything's okay, and then they asked him to drop the hammer. And he says nope. Dang, dude. And then you see this guy's butt crack.
Pretty much.
Very peculiar.
I could see people why they're saying it's staged and all this shit. I could see it.
Well, he did get hit in the head.
No, I understand it. I don't believe it's staged, but I could see how that video gives you that impression.
Because it just looks weird. The
Yeah.
self-opening door. It looks. He's sort of laughing. You know, it's very weird. But
Yeah, like
it's completely different than what people were actually saying was happening, where they were both naked,
Mhm.
then partially clothed, then, you know, there were a lot of things that were said before we actually saw this.
Yeah,
And he
those
was
were
like-
some conspiracy theories.
I could see it. Yeah, I could see why this would have that.
And what happened to him? He had some sort of cranial fractures from this.
I believe so.
Yeah, and supposedly he's still not right.
Dude, and the thing, he's 82 fucking years old, dude. It's not like he's
You got a
fucking
hammer to the head, dude.
fuck.
You get when you're 82, you almost already have a hammer to the head.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't even ride fucking Avatar fucking at that age without possibly dying.
Exactly.
But it is odd. Anyways, all right, Tank, you had a juicy one, you said?
Yeah, I found, I think, the more juicier ones. In 87, a 27-year-old cast member was killed when the ultralight plane he was flying crashed during a show rehearsal. He was practicing for Epcot's Kaleidoscope.
I don't know what that is.
A show of 500 to 1,000 feet. I guess it was a plane. Yeah, it says from the Disney's airfield.
I'm assuming this ride was decommissioned shortly thereafter.
It was a show. In 92, a 37-year-old man named Alan J. Ferris entered Epcot after the park closed its gates for the night and brandished a shotgun at 3 security guards, demanding to see his ex-girlfriend who worked at the park. He fired 4 blasts at the guards and took 2 guards hostage in a restroom near the Journey into Imagination Pavilion.
Holy shit. Now, brandished, I like that word. That's only used when you show a weapon? Is that the only thing you can brandish?
You can brandish a badge.
What is the definition of brandish?
Show?
I think to show, yeah.
But it's almost exclusively used for weapons.
Wave
right?
or flourish.
Wave or flourish?
Or flourish, yeah, as a threat or in anger or excitement.
So
that's why it's a weapon.
Well, you could brandish your penis.
Hey, yo!
Right?
That's an excitement, though.
At a water park.
It could be an excitement or anger.
Yes.
It depends on the mood.
Yeah. And unless you're Mandingo, it's not really a weapon.
The man released his hostage.
There probably is a size requirement to say you're brandishing it, too.
Yeah.
That's not brandishing.
You just whipped it out. It's not a brand. Come on.
I mean, if it just nips out of the zipper, you can't say brandish.
No, and you can't. You might not be unless you have a certain size. You probably can't whip either. It's probably so you got to be careful with brandish. But I don't know. I find that word always.
He then blew his head off.
Oh my God! Jesus.
Then a runner in Disney's Wine and Dine half marathon collapsed and died near the finish line.
Damn, he didn't even make it.
The person in 2018, a person was found dead inside of a burning car near Disney's Fantasia Garden miniature golf course.
Did you guys ever go to Cypress Gardens, by the way?
I went when I was real little. That I don't remember.
I never went there. I heard of it, though.
It is now a part of Legoland. So when you go to Legoland, they purchased Cypress Gardens, and they also have a water park there.
So they still have the mermaids?
I never been to Legoland.
No, they have like a skiing show that they do on water skis and stuff like that, but I don't remember seeing any mermaids. All right, any more interesting things on the rides?
In 2009, in the Pirates of the Caribbean, a 47-year-old employee playing the role of pirate in the Captain Jack's Pirate Tutorial show. I guess there was a show before. Accidentally slipped on a puddle on the stage and hit his head on the wall.
See, pirates should be used to this shit. They shouldn't be.
Yeah, he had a broken vertebrae on his neck and severe lacerations on his head that required 55 stitches.
Actually, I think, Kylie, you're the only one they might remember. Do you remember Pirate World?
No. Where was that?
It was in somewhere down south. It didn't last long.
The one I remember, I don't remember Pirate World. I remember Serpentarium, the Serpentarium. You remember that?
Well, yes.
We still have Monkey Jungle down here.
The Serpentarium was open. Yeah, it is.
It's not open,
though. Huh? It closed?
I'm talking about Monkey Jungle.
It's closed?
it's like ever since the pandemic, they were also getting a lot of heat from protesters, and it's still there, and I think they still have the monkeys, but I don't think like you could visit there right now. It hasn't been open.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't believe.
I remember taking my kids there,
Me
and the
too.
sanitarium I think closed when the famous guy that owned it got bit and finally died of something.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know if he got bit and died or he just died.
I think he got bit finally by because
He got bit a lot of times. He had like he had like
a world record, I think, for
Yeah.
venomous bites, but I think one finally killed him. Maybe so. Pirate World, dude. It was down
I-
south, and it was like
Pirate World. I do not remember.
And what the fuck was Pirate World?
it was like a little amusement park centered around like a pirate theme. I remember going to that.
How many movies does Disney have based off rides?
Movies based off rides
Yes.
or rides based
Or
off
rides
movies?
based off movies.
No. I know there's plenty of rides based off movies, but the trivia
Actually-
question here is how many movies are
Well,
based off rides?
The Pirates of the Caribbean.
That's one.
Um,
First we had the ride, and then they came up with
The Haunted
Johnny Depp.
Mansion.
that. Is that an animated movie?
No.
No.
They made a real action movie? Okay, real live
Yeah.
action.
Oh yeah, with Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
which
never
movie
seen that.
was one?
Snow White, Peter Pan.
No, those things were animated
Yeah, way before.
movies way before the rides.
Oh, I'm
Those are-
sorry. You said that they made
I'm
a
saying-
movie after,
I'm saying these things were rides, and then
and
they
then
made
they
a movie.
made a movie.
A
Okay.
la the one Hialeah said, Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No. Then.
What's the other
Yeah.
one?
No.
Is
The
Jungle
Mansion.
was Jungle Cruise a ride first, and
First.
then
Yeah.
they made
Yeah,
a movie?
that's one. That's another one. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's two.
Yep. I was just wondering if there's more. I know of those two.
Pirate World was in Dania, Florida.
Well, that's not really south, though.
That's
I
north.
I know I was wrong about that. It opened up in 1973 in 1967 and closed in 1973.
No, I don't remember that at all.
We used to have Six Flags too.
I remember seeing the outfield in concert there.
Six Flags used to be the shit, dude.
It was badass. Now it's a mall.
The parks used to take us there in the summertime, like as on a field trip.
That park was badass, dude.
Yeah, dude, those slides were fucking cool, dude.
Yeah, the wave pool.
And they had the jet ski,
Yeah,
skiing area and shit.
yeah.
You know what we had down south, Bum? It's not open anymore. It was like a pirate. I think it was called the Buccaneer or some shit like that. Like a pirate themed restaurant on US 1. I think it's still there, but it's not functioning. You know what I'm talking about, Tank?
Mutineers.
There you go.
The Mutiny, no?
Mutineers.
The Mutineer. I think something like that.
Yeah, it used to be right here on US 1, right before the Keys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's still there, but there's nothing there now.
Right. It's not
But
in.
what
Still
was
there,
it?
but there's nothing there.
Shut the fuck up, Halia.
It's
But what was it? A restaurant?
Yeah, like a pirate themed. I never went, but it's like a pirate theme. It looked like kind of like a boat.
It was like a pirate theater. Like,
I never went in. I know it was a restaurant and it was pirate, sort of pirate themed.
what could you eat there? Like mead? Drink some mead?
Octopus, maybe.
Yeah, I think it was a seafood place.
All right, one more Disney killing, and then I wanted to ask a football thing. Well, it doesn't have to be a killing, but don't make it a killing. Let's not end on a killing. Is there a story where somebody survived and they're fine?
No,
And just got a fucking bunch of money from Disney?
no, nobody gets a bunch of money.
All right, off the top of our heads, though, the fucking worst one is the fucking kid eaten by the fucking alligator, right?
Totally.
How
That's
could
the
you
worst
not
one.
fucking prevent that?
Dude. It's Florida, bro. We got alligators. It's
Yeah,
you
but you
know,
get people coming that they don't know that shit. It's pretty interesting what he did though, because he opened Disneyland first, and he didn't like the surrounding businesses that opened up around Disneyland, and he didn't like that he couldn't control that. So then he went and under some like shell corporations started buying all this fucking. It's really like a fucking nature preserve. A lot of it. It's fucking
mhm,
wild, fucking swamp,
mhm.
Florida, fucking. And then he just bought all this land, and they could fucking expand forever. But yeah, within that, there's fucking alligators and all kinds of shit.
Florida.
But they should have that fucking fenced off something, dude. I don't know.
You would think kind of like yeah, like, but even still, dude, that could happen.
Yeah, they changed a lot of shit after that. What? Of course, last year this is closed, that ride, and it's not a Disney ride, but the one where it goes up and it drops you, and the kid, it's kind of like a heavy kid, couldn't
Mm.
get strapped in properly and fell. That decapitation one somebody mentioned before we got on, where was that?
Again, I think it was Ohio, or it's a famous water park. By the way, there was a kid who fell into the crocodile pit at the Serpentarium in 1984 and was mauled.
Dude, I remember that story.
He died, obviously.
Yes.
Oh
Was
my
it the
God.
Serpentarium? I always heard a story that it happened at the Parrot Jungle.
No, it was a Serpentarium. 6-year-old boy fell in the crocodile pit.
And Parrot Jungle's always been in the same spot there,
No,
No.
no,
It
it
used
used
to be
to be.
across the street.
across the street from what?
Or no, sorry. Right now, it's across the street from the Miami's Children's Museum.
Yeah, now it's the island. Back then, before it used to be. Where was it? In
That's what
Wasn't it on US 1 too?
it was on US 1, right?
that's what I thought.
Yeah.
I liked it better there, dude. It was awesome, man.
US one and what? I've never been there.
Dude, we
Was
used
it
to go
close
there
to
a lot.
Monkey Jungle?
What?
Jungle?
No, Parrot Jungle now is near the cruise
No,
line.
no, the old one, the old one.
Yeah, the old
I
one.
think the
original.
old one was somewhere on US 1.
On
yes.
US 1 somewhere. I think it's Gardens now, isn't it? Gardens. I think it's. You could still go there, but it's the vegetation and all that shit. I don't think
US
it's.
one and what?
I don't remember, man.
Coral Castle's pretty cool. I don't know if you guys ever been there.
Yeah, I've been there.
So
It is pretty cool. It's small though. I thought it was big. It's super. But it's crazy impressive, right?
It's small, but when you hear the story of how the guy built it and then fucking moved it like by himself, that's fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah, it's nuts.
I mean, it's not that impressive to walk around it, but like when you think
When
that,
you hear the story behind it, right?
yeah, when you think that shit, and they still don't really fucking know how he did it. It's like not the pyramids, but it's the Homestead pyramids. All right, football.
hold on, dude. Hold on.
All right, go ahead.
The one I was talking about.
I want to know about the decapitation. How
it
did
was
that happen?
In '98, the one I was talking about. A 24-year-old man trying to retrieve his hat from beneath a roller coaster died after being struck in the head by a passenger on the ride in Santa Clara, California.
Oh my god, dude! Only
He was-
Indiana Jones can do that.
He was struck by a woman's leg as the ride passed through roughly at 50 miles per hour.
And he died.
Yeah, about an hour later.
Jesus.
And then
Without a head?
no, he wasn't decapitated. He was just struck in the head by the lady's leg.
How was the
And then-
lady's leg after that?
But then there was a kid in Six Flags in Georgia that he did the same thing. He climbed over the fence, but he didn't get hit by a leg. He got hit by the ride and he got decapitated.
Oh my god. How did this one at the water park happen? That's the one I want to know.
Look it up. It was a place in Kansas City with a German name.
Auschwitz.
Verrucht or something like that. Which means in German crazy or insane.
I thought it meant off with your head.
Let me see.
This is the decapitation story?
Yes.
What are the circumstances of this?
Wow, I think that park completely closed after that.
You got it already, Bum? Caleb, Waterside, the captive boy. Yeah, Kansas City, 2016. His head
Yes.
struck a metal pole holding up the protective netting, killing him.
While he was like traveling on the ride.
Yeah, here I think I got a pic.
What does he stick his head out the side or something? Or
I'm gonna try to pull up a picture of the ride.
no.
No, of the ride, of the ride.
Okay.
Uh,
Rafts would reach a maximum speed of 70 miles an hour.
Oh, dude, a simple fucking tree branch will probably decapitate you at that speed.
Exactly.
are you seeing the screen right now?
No. Let me hold on.
So you guys can see the ride. So I think he lifted his head and hit one of these poles.
Oh, okay.
So he was on some sort of apparatus traveling through that, and maybe stood up or something like that.
Yeah.
I think it's a raft.
Okay, so you're sitting there, and he stood up at some point, and
Yeah.
okay, Jesus.
The raft he was riding went airborne during the ascent of the second hump and
Right here.
impacted a metal support netting, decapitating him.
Oh, so he didn't stand up; it just went airborne.
It went airborne. The other two passengers, both women, were injured in the incident. One suffered a broken jaw, while the other suffered a facial bone fracture. Jesus.
Now,
Everybody got hurt there.
This ride was in service some time, I imagine. How is it that this happened just this one time?
Maybe because the kid was too light, or maybe
there wasn't
the
enough
chicks
weight.
were too heavy.
Reported
it down.
Caleb weighed 74 pounds and had been allowed to sit in the front of the raft rather than between the two women accompanying him. One weighed 275 pounds. Jesus.
So there was
and
a
the
weight.
other weighed 197 pounds.
So there was a weight distribution.
This created an uneven weight distribution, which some experts concluded may have contributed to the raft going airborne.
So he was in the front, they were in the back.
Yes.
Now we know what to do when we go to that ride.
Now,
Okay, so wait, how much? One woman was 275 pounds,
and the other was 197.
So that's almost five plus the kid. That's almost 500 pounds.
Yeah,
or over. That's over 500.
546 pounds to be exact.
But you end up with like a lot of weight in the
In the back, yeah.
And your front maybe picks up, and then you
At
get the
70
air.
miles an hour.
You get the air.
70 miles an hour.
You get that air coming underneath, and then I'm not a fucking aerodynamics fucking expert, but I would seem to me you get fucking air.
It's possible, yeah.
So
70 miles an hour is fast, bro.
Yeah, dude. On a raft?
On a raft.
On a raft. Forget a boat, forget a car, a freaking raft, dude.
That can't be right. 70 miles an hour, dude.
Dude,
Yeah, it was saying that the drop was bigger than the Niagara Falls, and it went up higher than the Statue of Liberty.
Jesus.
It's incredible that this was like the first time there was an accident.
There must have been some close calls at other fucking. All right. On that note, let's talk a little football. Bum, you told me that the NFL is considering a neutral site championship game scenario now.
Yes, and don't get fooled by it, right? It's all about making money. They're trying to make those games like the Super Bowl, like an event that everybody would want to go to versus just you know,
Fans.
the fans of those particular teams, right? And when I was reading about that, I started to look back, you know, and the NFL didn't have seating back in the early 70s. That's why I asked you guys if you remember the undefeated Dolphins had to play on the road against the Pittsburgh Steelers in the AFC Championship game. And that's where we got into that whole thing that back then they didn't have seating. They had a rotation of who played in the or who had home field advantage in the playoffs.
This is pre 1975, from what I read.
Yeah, I never knew of that.
And then I thought I was going to ask you, so what would have happened if the Raiders would have won the Immaculate Reception game? Like, would the Dolphins have home field advantage? I don't even fucking know because it doesn't go into the different scenarios.
I never knew that. This is the first I heard of it.
Yeah, I don't fully understand the how that's rotational thing worked because, like you said, Bum, there was 3 divisions and 1 wild card, but all 4 of those teams would play in the first round anyways. There was no buys back then or anything.
Right.
The wild card, I guess, could not host a game regardless.
No, the wild card were always road.
Right. But then the other 3, I don't know if the rotation was in the first round, these 3 divisions or these 2 divisions have I just didn't know how in that second round, since there's 3 divisions, how do they determine who has home if the team that's supposed to have it doesn't make it?
Right. And I couldn't figure out if the team that had home field, if they lost early, who would then have home field?
Right. So, like, if the Steelers would have lost.
They would do it. So they would do it like this year, the AFC East will have home field and the NFC West would have home field.
I would assume that they have, like, maybe, I'm guessing because I never read anything. Maybe they had something where, like, AFC East has home. If the second one would be AFC Central, you really only need to have a first and second. So, like, if the first team doesn't make it, then it's the second team that makes it. That's the only thing I can think of.
It was stupid either way.
Oh, yeah. It's like fucking archaic shit. Doesn't make sense.
How do you guys feel if they go to a neutral site now for the championship games?
It kind of makes the regular season. I mean, that's the whole reason you try to win games, right? Is to have home field advantage in the playoffs.
Yeah, I think it certainly diminishes the regular season and getting that top seed, which is so important right now.
And not just that, dude. The fans, it hurts those fans.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, now you got to travel.
You got to travel, and you're not going to have the same home. You know, that's why you play the regular season.
Yeah.
I hope they don't adopt it personally. I think it's just.
Yeah, I think it's just another way of making money.
And I think it hurts the game.
Yeah, I do too.
They'll do it. They don't give a fuck.
Oh no, they'll do it. They don't give a shit, but I hope they don't.
Yeah, I don't like it.
How do they convince the owners that, because the owners make money when the championship game is in their city?
How do you convince the owners?
How do you convince the owners?
Very easy. Hey, look, 20 of you guys are never in this fucking game. Okay? It's always the Patriots. It's always the Chiefs. It's always,
Pittsburgh hasn't been there a ton.
The at one era was the Eagles. The Niners do it a lot. The Packers do it a lot.
And you're only going to host it if you're in a warm weather city, and you better have a pretty good stadium, like new.
Or you got a dome. You got a nice.
A lot of them get shut out.
But that hurts those cold weather teams. It's like, dude, that's an advantage that we have.
Yes. I'll be shocked. Let's see what they do with that.
Yeah, I'd be shocked if they approve that, dude.
I don't know how many votes they got to get to do that, or what percentage of the owners got to be on board.
They have to get 24 owners. to sign on to it.
That might be tough, dude, because Green Bay is gonna be like, "Fuck you."
Mm-hmm.
We want to play in Green Bay if we make it, right? Buffalo is gonna be like, "Fuck you." We want to play in Buffalo if we make it.
Philly.
Kansas City, Philly.
Dude, I think any team will say I'd rather play in my place.
That's a huge advantage, man.
But there's some teams. LA will say yeah, because they got 2 teams that play there, and they got a beautiful stadium. You know, we might even play in this game. So you know what I mean? Like, either we get it because we made it, or we get it because we didn't make it. Yeah, I'll take it. Arizona, maybe he'll say yes. Miami, there's no chance we're gonna go to an AFC Championship game. We'll fucking take it.
Jacksonville will take it.
Jacksonville will take it. Tampa will probably take it.
New
Atlanta,
Orleans. All the warm weather teams would take it.
New Orleans, Minnesota,
They won't. They won't.
indoors.
Yeah, but still, they got a big home field with that horn and all that shit.
But if you think you can make it, you'll take it, right? Because
Yeah,
it's gonna be at your stadium.
dude, I hope they don't. That's just
No, I hope they don't. I'm just saying it'll be interesting to see how it.
When does that vote happen? That's like at the annual owners meetings, I guess.
I don't know if that's
Yeah.
like on the docket right now, or they're just kind of starting to talk about this shit.
I heard it
NFL
for the
doesn't
first
move.
time.
They don't move fast with this type of
No,
shit.
they don't.
Did you guys hear about the Damar Hamlin body double conspiracy?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, this guy hears all of them.
what is that one?
Did you guys see where he was in the skybox at the stadium?
Yeah,
But his face was covered.
He was like wearing he kind of looked like me. Like he had a lot of fucking
yeah.
gear
What
on
was he
and shit.
doing? It was-
The heart symbol, I think.
Yeah. I thought he was doing a triangle.
That's the Illuminati signal. So that
I
would
thought he was doing that.
add another layer to the conspiracy.
I don't remember him doing this. I thought he was doing
It was
this.
a little messed up. He was like,
It was one. Yeah, it was like somebody who had.
A head injury or a heart injury.
Yeah, they were saying that it was like he really died and it was a body double.
No.
Conspiracy theorists, and that's why they didn't show him, right, Bum?
Yeah.
That was the theory going around.
Well, but there's some that say that he died. There's some conspiracies that the guy really died. They didn't want to really, the NFL doesn't want that to come out, and they had a body double.
That's
All right.
crazy.
Next.
That's crazy. All right, so we got the fucking championship games coming up on Sunday. What do you guys think? The Bills, dude. Almost all of us, I think, had the Bills in the Super Bowl. That went out.
Yeah,
there.
I did.
I
had
did
the
too.
Bills and the Niners.
So
I
we
think-
have.
I think I did too.
and those Chiefs.
We have a repeat.
You had Bills Chiefs.
Yeah.
This
Nice.
is a repeat of the AFC Championship game, right? Is that what it was last year?
Well, yeah, it was. Yes, it was.
Repeat.
Cincinnati won at KC.
And this is the 5th straight for Mahomes and the Chiefs, or 4th?
Yes, fifth straight at home.
5th straight because he lost to Tom Brady and the Patriots, because he won and he went to the Super Bowl and won, because he won and went to the Super Bowl and lost to the Bucs, because he lost to the Bengals last year and he's playing the Bengals this year.
Yeah.
And there hasn't been that many, right? We talked about it, that have done that.
Nobody's ever gone to 5 straight at home. The records, the Patriots have 8 straight, but not at all at home.
And they're doing 5. This is at home, the 5th straight.
Home, yes.
Wow. And they've only been able to punch the ticket half the times.
Yeah, it's hard, dude.
Hey, real quick. So one of the reasons the NFL is considering this, because of the Hamlin injury, if the Bills and the Chiefs would have ended up in the championship game, then the championship game would have been in a neutral site.
Right.
Well, supposedly they sold 50,000 tickets for the neutral site game to Atlanta that was never played.
And they were like, look at here.
Hey, wait a minute. We got something here.
What do we have here?
But dude,
Sounds interesting.
But they still sell out whatever stadium it's at.
And
KC,
Mike Florio
is sold out. KC this weekend is sold out.
Mike Florio is reporting this. He's pretty good.
Well, yes, Hialeah, but I think, not that I agree, but their thinking is all of a sudden, we don't just have Kansas City involved. We don't just have Cincinnati. We got people from Atlanta now involved. Yeah, their team sucked ass, but now those people are coming to this game. Now we got a bunch of people involved.
Listen, this is what it says. The NFL envisions the atmosphere of a major college bowl where a 50-50 mix of fans are decked out in team colors.
And now you have maybe some events around.
God, I hope they don't do this, bro.
Yeah.
I hope they don't do that, man.
I don't
need 24 owners to vote yes on a neutral site. It should come to vote in order to implement the neutral site games.
Is there more than 9 teams that will be completely opposed to this? Who would be completely opposed?
Packers.
Green Bay, for sure.
Bills.
Pittsburgh.
Bills.
Pittsburgh.
The Raiders.
Would they?
Dude, they would love to play a game at Vegas.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Vegas. Yeah, that's a destination. Miami will not be against. This guy will sell his ass for anything.
Miami will jump on this.
Yeah, that's
New England.
Miami won't be.
I'm sorry, Miami will not be one of the 4. New England will be against. Okay. I don't know about the Raiders, dude. The Raiders might be in on this, dude. They might be like a yes.
Because they might get the game. They would definitely get the game.
A yes because they would want to go there, and also a yes because they probably don't see themselves going to many of these
and
themselves.
They'll get a game, exactly.
Right. So, hey, we'll take it any way we can get it. Let somebody else play, you know. And if it ends up being us, then great.
Seattle, I don't think would want it.
Nor would the NFL want to play it there, probably, which is another angle, right?
So that's 5.
Yeah. You still need 4 more.
We said KC, right?
No, we didn't.
That's 6.
How about the Dallas Cowboys?
See, the Dallas Cowboys would probably have the draw of like the NFL would want to play it there since it's such a badass stadium, you know?
Yeah.
And then Jerry Jones was like, "Oh, I can make some more money here. We're not getting to any of these games anyways."
Chicago
would probably be a no. Also because they would never go play that game there.
Detroit, Minnesota. They would never play that game.
New stadium.
I don't know about those they might be yes because they're not
Minnesota
likely.
Has a great new stadium indoor too.
The Lions may be a yes because they're never going to get to that game on their own, and it's an indoor stadium.
So we're it's borderline.
It's close. Right, it might be close.
We're right there.
Yeah. Maybe the Ravens, because they're outdoors and they're kind of old school.
Yeah, I think the theme is if you're good and you think you can get to the game on your own, and you know the NFL is not going to take the game to your stadium, then you probably are a no.
A no.
Right?
Yeah.
If you're not good and you're probably not getting to this game on your own, and you have a stadium that they probably would use like warm weather dome, then you're a yes.
Yes.
It's going to be close probably if they put it to a vote.
It might not be close now, but if they keep bringing it up and up, I'm sure they will get more and more support for it.
Yeah, and teams will be like, how are you going to do this? Who's going to get this game?
Yeah.
What's the rotation like? How many years?
Because you might not get the game once every 30 years, every 32 years.
Well, you could get it every 16 years. Math, you know what I mean? You got 16 on one side, 16 on the other side.
Yeah.
They're not going to play the AFC Championship.
Dude, is it worth approving that for once every 16 fucking years, bro?
Not in my opinion, but
No.
Who the fuck knows, dude? I can see the allure of making those games more
Events.
universal or more,
Events.
yeah.
Dude, it's
More-
just. Oh god, I don't know. Okay, this weekend, who do we got?
Do we got any point spreads, Tank, that we can look at for the weekend's games? Might as well fucking pick them. So the 3:00 game is that the NFC game?
Yes.
We've got the two quarterbacks in that game, I believe, are younger than the guy who fucking played in the. What's that guy's name?
Who?
From there's this the quarter. I'm not a fucking college guy. That guy's older than fucking Hurts and Purdy.
The
Is he
guy
the
from Georgia, Stetson.
Yeah,
Is he that old?
I think he's like 25 or 26. I think he's older than both those guys.
I know it's the youngest duo. I think they're only 47 years combined.
Well, Mahomes is the oldest guy, I think.
And
Out
how
of
old
all
is
these
he?
guys.
26?
Yeah, something like that. 27 maybe. I don't know. You got any lines on these games, Tank?
I think the Eagles
I'm
are
looking
2.5.
for trends that you want to trend.
Oh yeah, let's do that. Fine, go ahead.
I don't got them either.
All right,
I think the Eagles are 2.5.
and they're at home, obviously. I would probably lean towards the Eagles.
I'm
Maybe
leaning
with a win.
Eagles. I'm leaning Eagles.
I got the Niners.
I'll take the Niners.
But this is that's a tough one, dude. Anything could fucking happen there, dude.
Both these games are tough.
Those are the two most talented teams in the NFC made the championship game, right?
Yeah, man. Those teams, they got a lot of firepower, man.
It's
On
not
both
like
sides of the ball.
Yeah, it's not like we're saying, "Oh man, this fucking team didn't make it. They should." Like this really is what was supposed to happen. Oh, I mean, you didn't imagine it this way with the fucking third string quarterback, but still.
No, but I'm picking Philly because of that. It's like,
That's
dude,
like the difference for you.
the difference. Yeah, that's the difference.
Yeah, they both are fucking great defenses. They both. I mean, the Niners, I would give them the edge on the skill position, but then I give the Eagles the edge on the quarterback position.
They got good.
Eagles defense is good, man.
I know.
Defense, two best defenses. Eagles have some talent at the skill positions too, man.
Yes, but I would give I'd give them an edge.
I give San Fran the edge totally.
Yeah. It's gonna be interesting to see if they can do something to rattle Purdy. He hasn't really been rattled, right?
Not too
Not
much.
Really, no.
I think Dallas was that Dallas played their deep played good on Sunday, dude.
I think that's the only interception he's thrown. Was against the
Dallas's defense was giving him shit. That game was not easy.
Why did Dallas lose that game?
Dak, and you know what? Not Zeke. Pollard went out, was a big loss.
Yes. By the way, that's that tackle that they made on Tony Pollard, which I didn't know, is a style of tackling that they're probably going to outlaw.
That dragging.
The dragging and then kick your legs underneath them.
Yeah.
It's got a name, I forget, but I didn't know it was a tackling technique, and they're going to stop it. They're probably going to rule against it in the offseason.
It's kind of like
horse collar.
It's kind of like something that they use also like in rodeos and shit to bring the fucking animals down and shit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes. But you slide kick the person's legs.
It's like you put your weight on them and then you fucking kind of trip them up a little bit.
Yeah.
It's dangerous, bro.
And that's the play he got hurt on?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dude, his ankle went.
Dude, I got to tell you, Mahomes' injury looked pretty bad, man. That's a shocker that he kept playing in that because it looked pretty bad.
It was bad, dude.
But they eventually took him out, right?
They did,
came back.
and Chad Cheney got a touchdown and everything, but he came back.
98-yard drive, bro.
Hey, that's the second time that Chad Henne has to step into the playoffs and gets the Chiefs to the next round, right?
Yeah, that's what he got them there. That drive.
Last year, was it last year or the year before that he also did that?
I think it was
I
the
think
year.
it was last. Yeah,
I don't remember.
See, that's what I see Tua being, dude. If I'm being honest, I'm not being a hater at all. I see Tua being a backup long term if he can overcome,
Being a Brock Purdy.
No, I see him being like a Chad Henne, like what's this kid that's played all over the place? A better version of this kid, fucking
Fitzpatrick.
Colt McCoy. Fitzpatrick, I don't know because Fitzpatrick was always kind of like a starter for long term. I don't see Tua being able to do that, but I can definitely see him coming in a couple games.
That guy for Washington, that somebody always gets hurt and he comes in and he starts. Heineke.
Yeah, I could see him sort of doing that role and for a while, but like when you got to put that guy in a whole year, I don't see that, but I could definitely see him. All right, so how about did you guys pick the game already? Me and Hialeah did.
Yeah, they went
we said
49ers.
Yeah, it's called the hip drop tackle.
Hip drop?
Hip drop tackle.
So we got the Eagles up top and the Niners down low.
That's what she said.
6:30 AFC Championship. Chiefs at home versus the Bengals. Rematch of last year's AFC Championship. Anybody remember how that game went last year?
Wasn't it overtime?
Didn't the Bengals beat them and it was kind of back and forth, right?
Yeah, it was a tight game. I thought it was overtime, was it?
No, I don't think so.
I remember to get there, the Chiefs had to do that crazy fucking drive with like no time left against the Bills. That was fucking heartbreaking for them.
Mm-hmm.
What's the spread on this game?
That one I don't know. Do you guys think the Bills are done?
I don't think so.
You think they haven't? You think they? Not that they're going to be bad, but they've missed their window.
No, you know what I think?
Still young, man.
Yeah, and dude, they lost Von Miller very early. You know, they kind of remind me of when your fantasy team just
KC favored 1.5
peaks too early. You know, you got to start playing good around Thanksgiving. They started to play worse around Thanksgiving almost. You know what I mean?
Hell, we almost fucking beat them, dude.
Yeah, twice.
We should have beat them.
You beat them once. You should have beat them 3 times.
We could have.
Yeah.
The second one, I don't know, for me wasn't as clear, but this third one was self-inflicted fucking wound.
Dude, we had a third string quarterback.
Third stringer, dude.
But still, if they don't have those delay of game penalties, if they don't waste their timeouts to avoid other delay of penalties,
I got it.
They win that game.
But I think it speaks a lot more to what was happening to the Bills than us. Clearly, they were in decline.
They were in decline, but they were still good enough to win those games. The Dolphins aren't there yet to win those games.
Well, to beat a team with their third string quarterback, but the fact that was a game at all shows a lot about where they were.
It does. Okay, so are we picking this game?
Yeah, I got to go with the Chiefs, dude. 1.5. That seems low to me. I think the Chiefs will win the game.
Yeah, I got the Chiefs.
I got the Bengals.
Yeah, I'll take the Bengals.
So, Bengals over there, Chiefs over here. All right, so if you listen to me, it's going to be the Chiefs versus the Eagles. If you listen to Hialeah, it's going to be the Bengals versus the Eagles. If you listen to the Bum, it's going to be the Bengals versus the Niners. If you listen to Tank, it's going to be the
Niners Niners,
the
Chiefs.
49ers.
Niners Chiefs, which would be a rematch of a Super Bowl a couple years ago.
Dude, people forget. I mean, the 49ers have done a decent run here.
Mm-hmm. Very decent. They got.
Did they make the playoffs last year?
They were in the championship game.
Bro, they beat Green Bay.
They were a dropped interception from beating the Rams.
That's right. So are they on a 3 consecutive championship game run? Is that right or no?
I don't believe it's because I think when they played in the Super Bowl against,
that was a 2019 year.
I think there's a year in between, right?
Yeah, the 2020 year is. I don't think they did anything there.
They didn't even make the playoffs that year.
Maybe not.
I think that there's a year in between. It's a 4-year span, and that second year they didn't go.
So 3 out of the last 4 years they've been in the NFC Championship game.
Fucking impressive, dude.
Yeah, the only thing is they only got to 1 Super Bowl and they didn't win any of them. But yeah, fucking.
Well, this is their 3rd time.
We don't know. Yeah, maybe they. Yeah, maybe they win the whole fucking thing. We don't know.
Mm-hmm. Even still, man, they gotta. And you gotta think next year they're looking good for next year as well.
What do you do with that quarterback situation next year in that team?
Well, they're in pretty good shape.
It's an open competition, dude.
You get rid of Jimmy G and you keep fucking Trey Lance on that rookie contract.
Yeah, and you keep Purdy and you let them battle it out.
That seems like a wasted pick at this point.
It might be
The Lance one.
It seems like it. It seems like it, but we'll see.
You never
He
know.
might turn out to be good. You don't know.
I just keep him for the
Rookie
for the contract, yeah.
Yeah,
But then somebody might want to buy him. You know?
exactly. You could load up on picks with one of them.
Yeah.
How about Tua? Do you extend him come May for the 5th-year option?
I don't. I don't. If anything, sign him to the 1-year thing?
Team option?
Yeah, team option.
Well,
the Niners were 6-10 in 2020.
Yeah, they were decimated, though, I believe.
That's the year that they had a ton of injuries, right?
Yeah. Yeah, what happens with Tua is if you don't extend him for the 5th-year option, which I think is like $30 million or some crazy shit, then he just becomes a free agent after next year. And you could still re-sign him.
Right, you could
at
re-sign
that point
him.
if he does, he would be a free agent, but you could still re-sign him.
Do you sign him?
I would know.
You extend him. Do you extend him?
No, I think you need to prove it to me next year, and if you can do it next year, I'll sign you. If you don't prove it next year, maybe I'll sign you as a backup for a very reasonable amount. And if you get too crazy, there's the fucking door. And I'm drafting a quarterback.
The number one thing is injuries. And I just don't see him playing 16 games, bro.
No, I don't either.
Well, he hasn't proven to you that he could. He hasn't done it in college. And I always ask, whenever I get into these arguments with these two-and-on people, and I nobody has yet to fucking be able to answer this. Who can you tell me as an example that has this guy's injury history in college, this guy's injury history in his first 3 years in the NFL, that's ended up being a franchise quarterback? There isn't any. There isn't any real good examples of that.
No, there isn't. None that come to mind at all.
You don't suddenly become more durable and suddenly become less injury prone as you get older.
No.
And the thing about Tua, it's a lot of you're gonna get head injuries, bro. You're gonna get you're gonna get banged around. I'm not talking about a knee. I'm not talking about all this other stuff. You're gonna get hit, and it's almost like he's already. Aren't you more susceptible to concussions the more concussions you get?
It seems that way.
I did not see it coming that way with him and the injuries. I thought it would be other sort of leg and other type of injuries. I didn't see it coming from the concussion. I don't think he really had any, at least recorded.
Didn't he have like a pinky or some shit in his hand or something?
He had hand injuries in the NFL. He had obviously the nasty hip one in college. He had 2 like very bad ankle injuries in college. He had a few surgeries in college.
Let me just bring up this. Burrow had an ACL and another shit on his knee in his first fucking year, bro.
Yeah, man.
And he got it like after week 6. It was fucking nasty sack. And he's come back, went to the Super Bowl. He's on the verge of being on a Super Bowl again 2 years after that injury. And you don't even hear anybody even fucking mention that injury, bro.
Dude, that guy's been sacked considerably more, I would think, than Tua.
We looked it up last time. Twice as much.
Yeah, when he got drafted, I never thought he was going to be this good, dude. Honestly.
We looked it up last podcast, I believe. Burrow has sacked twice as much as Tua has in his career.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Tua only got sacked 20 times this year.
And Burrow's been getting sacked after reconstructive surgery on his knee.
Yes. Yeah. But playing at a super high level.
Burrow's gotten sacked like 12 times in one game.
I will take a guy who has one major injury and comes back from it than a guy who, like, I don't know when he's going to play, even if it's 1 game, 2 games. It's just a disruption to the whole fucking process. That's beating a dead horse, but we're going to get Tom Brady, dude. That's what's going to fucking happen.
I hope not.
I hope not either, but, like, isn't that the Dolphin thing to do?
And they're going to get him when he's absolutely wasted.
Dude,
they will get the worst version of Tom Brady.
Yes.
He needs to be a backup, dude, but his ego will never let him be a backup. He should have been a backup maybe 3 years ago already. After the Super Bowl, that was even borderline. He should have been a freaking backup that year, except they were loaded. The team was loaded.
Yeah.
He should have been a backup already 3, 4, maybe even 5 years. When New England let him go, he should have been a freaking backup, but his ego won't let him.
But he put up numbers, dude. He put up numbers.
If we get Tom Brady, it's going to be the ultimate revenge of ruining his career at the end. The Miami Dolphins will ruin that guy's legacy.
And I will enjoy that more than if you won a Super Bowl here, I think.
He'll be the blemish. The Dolphins will be his blemish.
Absolutely. I'm convinced of it.
But what's the fucking opposite of that? Like, we have to win a Super Bowl while we add a ring to his fucking thing, too?
The irony, right?
Right, like, oh, dude.
I'm betting on the blemish. I'm betting on the blemish.
You're hoping for it's the most likely scenario, obviously.
Oh, man. I see it. I see that train coming.
But either way, it would suck in some way. Yes, a championship. Everybody wants one, of course. But, like, that'd be like fucking making out with your sister, dude, if you won a Super Bowl with the fucking Brady, dude.
I think that Super Bowl will get an asterisk in Dolphin lore, you know?
A guy who kicked your ass for 20 years. I mean, it was bad enough that they wanted to bring him, dude.
It was, right?
What are you guys going to invest all your time in after the fucking football's done? Have you thought about all the free time you're going to have now? What do you guys end up getting into just on a regular basis?
I just count the day. I just count the days. I just go about aimlessly counting the days until the draft, then the spring, then the
I pretend
free agent period,
free agency camp.
I pretend to get into basketball a little bit more.
How are those guys doing? That good?
I think the last time I looked, they were kind of 500-ish, but dude, they just don't have firepower on that team.
I think they lost today. They were playing Orlando, and Orlando was beating them when we went on.
Dude, Tank looks like he'd be driving in the back of like the car in Tony Montana when they're about to do a hit, and he's not a named character in the movie, but like he's part of the crew that's going into like fucking.
Did you notice that it was this? It was Mickey or no?
Oh shit!
Oh,
No,
shit.
dude, it's Gangster, dude. All right.
You know who he is? You remember when Tony kills the crooked cop?
Hey, you want a job?
You want a job? That's Tank, bro.
Ernie.
Tank's in the corner
Ernie.
sweating.
That's
Yeah,
Ernie.
Tony. Thank you, Tony. Tony,
And
thank you.
he takes a big swig of Jack Daniels.
And then Chichon comes and hits him in the back. You got a job, man.
You got a job, man.
Yep. He would be that kind of guy, yeah.
You got a job, man.
Exactly.
The Heat are 28 and 22.
All right, well, that's not as bad as I thought, dude.
That's not bad.
That's a playoff
There's-
team.
They're 6th seed right now.
All right.
Okay.
Well, you're in the mix, dude. That's all you can. How long before they remake that movie? They've
Ooh.
remade everything. How long before they
Surprised
remake?
they haven't done it already, right?
They've remade everything.
Yeah.
Any of you guys saw Avatar?
Nope.
Not the second one, no.
I might go watch that. All right,
Okay.
guys. Do we have anything else we're gonna?
I think
Hit
we're
on-
I'm ready
get outta
to
here.
hit the sack.
So, when's the next time you're going to Disney?
With my grandkids.
I saw a lot of that, and it was mostly like a younger family with like smaller kids, and then like the grandpa or the grandma came along and would sit somewhere with the smaller kid, and the other people would go do the rides, and some grandpas are built for that, and some aren't. I remember, I didn't tell this story before we go. I'll tell the story. This is why I don't really care for Disney that much. I didn't really enjoy when I went there. I was fucking too old. I thought like 12. Yeah, I was already like probably looking at porno magazines and shit. Like
The first time you went, you were 12?
yeah.
Who took you? Who took you? Who'd you go with?
My parents and my sister Vivian, who was in her 20s, I think. And I was just too big to have any of that wonder shit, and I never really cared for the movies that much. And I remember I fucking stuffed the toilet in the fucking hotel with toilet paper, or I think a towel fell in there, and like everybody was fucking pissed at me. Oh my God, they're gonna kick us out of here. They're gonna fucking charge us for the repairs. And it was just like the whole thing was like, this wasn't a great trip. I didn't fucking enjoy it that much. And that's probably why I don't like it that much. But the kids had fun. I just kept, anytime I was not having fun, I kept reminding myself, they're having fun.
Yeah.
It's for them.
That's what it's about.
It's not for you. But amongst the 20 hours of waiting in line and walking, there was those 4.5 minutes on the Avatar ride, and those 4 minutes times 2 on the Star Wars that were just, that's what you go there for.
They were
Like,
bliss. You have
yeah.
8 minutes of bliss.
Yeah, you forget about everything, and you're like, oh man, wow, that's so cool. They fucking. But I have no desire to go back anytime soon. I wouldn't mind hitting up some of the other ones, more roller coaster intensive ones. So maybe when they're teenagers, we'll do another run. When are you guys going? Tank, you didn't even tell a story. You proposed in front of the fucking castle, dude. Did you guys know that?
No.
Oh.
Yes, I did.
He didn't have his chest hairs out like that, but he did.
It's on
It's on your Instagram, right?
it's on my Instagram if you guys want to take a look at it.
I might have seen it. It seems so familiar now.
Yeah.
He got down on one knee and everything, dude.
Yep.
Wasn't the first time he's been on his knees, from what I
Dude,
heard.
and he's wearing a Mickey shirt tonight. I didn't even notice.
I didn't even notice, dude.
Wow. Right in front of our faces, bro. He was probably thinking the whole time, these fuckers are not going to notice I have Mickey on.
Yeah, I had to say something.
Yeah.
Yeah. They keep making fun of me that I look like freaking Scarface, and they don't even know the shirt I'm wearing.
You guys ever seen Pinocchio anytime
new
lately?
one?
No,
The
the
new
old,
one?
the old school one.
Oof, a long time ago when I was a kid.
They drink beer and fucking smoke cigars. The little kids. Remember that
Really?
book? And they have like a disclaimer before the movie now, like this was made at a time and some scenes are inappropriate
wow.
or some shit. Yeah. Oh, another interesting thing before we go that I saw, and I had heard about this in person. Disney was a chain smoker almost, basically. You smoke cigarettes like nonstop, and there's a lot of pictures of him around the park, and like his hand is like this, like if you were holding a cigarette, but they airbrush the cigarette out of his hands, and you'll see when you go to Disney a lot of pictures of him, and if you look at his hand, you'll get to you'll see the old cigarette thing. I thought that was interesting.
You're fucking with
Did he
it.
die of lung cancer?
I'm not sure. It was cancer, right?
No, he
Believe
didn't die. He's frozen, man.
Yeah, he is frozen.
Yeah.
He's in the hyperbolic time chamber.
Yep.
Just his head.
He's in the Wuhan
No,
lab.
that's Ted Williams.
Oh, that's Ted Williams. Okay.
Yeah. All right, guys. Let's get the fuck out of here.